day and age where that's all you got to do.
It is wild. Yeah, that's all it takes. Like that camera was $25, and I was like,
It's like,
well, compared to if you saw Case's quality, that's like head over.
well, it's like it's weird because it's, I still grew up in a time where this didn't exist.
Yeah.
Like cell phones. Like I was before. Like I still remember truck phones. Like my grandfather had a box in his truck.
Like yeah.
Like I remember the first phone my dad had was a walkie-talkie. So you didn't call, you didn't text, you didn't call people.
No,
he would bleep
pager?
in.
Yeah, the pager.
No, it was literally a phone. Like it flipped open, but they would talk like it's a walkie-talkie. So it had a button. It's a Nextel phone.
I feel like Rex still talks like he's a walkie-talkie.
100%. But that's what all them boys did. Like he would literally, he'd be like, somebody tell me like, Rex, you there? It was just like beeping. And then you'd wait till the person got done talking, and then you would try to click the button to talk back, and then it was like constant. Like I was like, what are we doing?
It's so funny for that to happen. Dude, that's like getting the string line with the can.
Oh, dude, we thought it was the coolest thing. Like I remember thinking when I was young, I was like, dude, I want a walkie-talkie so bad. Like he's actually talking to somebody that's not here. Like they would just believe it, and they'd be talking about work, and it would just be but it's not like us, right? You could talk to me while I'm talking, but for him, it was literally beep beep, and they'd click in, and then you would it would static if they both hit the button at the same time, so you couldn't, and then there'd be this awkward you'd see him, he'd let go of the button, and he'd wait, you could see him count.
Who's gonna hit the buttons?
Dude.
The other guys on the other side doing the same thing. They're both just sitting there waiting.
And then as a kid, you're there's gotta be a better way to do this.
I'm just thinking out loud, but there's something that we can come up with.
I'm not smart enough to figure this out, but
there's got to be something. That's hilarious.
Cool, man.
It's fun stuff like that. I remember, I think I was little enough when Dad got his first BlackBerry, I think, and it had games on it.
They were the coolest thing.
And it was probably the worst games ever made, but it was so much fun to get on there, and it'd be it would almost be like Atari. It's like Pong on the little dial that you could play with.
We were born in an interesting time. I'm older than you, obviously, but
yeah. It's
we grew up with the technology. I always feel like I've had technology, but none of that existed. Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff came when I was in college.
Yeah.
I grew up with Facebook, and there was some MySpace.
Yeah.
That was it. But I was in high school, and I remember I got a Razor when I was in high school, dude. I thought I was the shit, dude.
You're cool, bro.
Oh, dude, I was
ready.
I'm the man.
Popping on. That's so funny.
This is nuts. It's so wild.
Dude, I guess I'll give you a little bit of an introduction to it for the people. Phillip Brown grew up in one of the biggest families probably ever. Had 6 brothers. 6?
5.
Okay, that was close.
Technically, yeah, same counts. So.
Okay.
5.
So 5 and 1 sister.
1 sister.
Yeah. All pretty close. Staggered a little bit. Then went to TR high school.
Yeah, did.
Best place. Went NGU after that, and
GU.
shot block record holder.
I got a couple of records up there.
You have a couple
still
in the rafters up there.
Still up there.
Overseas player. I guess now marathon runner, found that out or ultra marathon runner.
Not anymore. Retired.
Retired now. Everything's retired now.
Everything's retired.
Except now Bellevue Builders.
Bellevue Builders, yeah.
This is the main thing going on now.
Yeah.
It's quite a life you've had so far.
It's been good so far.
And also a dad.
I got 2
husband,
kids.
yeah.
Still married.
Still married is a big accomplishment.
Probably
Hopefully,
people didn't think that was going to happen, to be honest.
There's some doubters out
My
there.
wife still questions it every day. Just about.
I can relate to that.
And I might not be by the time this is over. Who knows? We'll see.
Depends. But yeah, so a man of many things. I think the best place is starting from the beginning, kind of progressing through, because I think your upbringing is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So you're the second oldest?
Yeah, so my sister's 364 days older than me. So there you go.
Nice.
That's the kind of family I came from.
Yeah.
No, I was born in Augusta, Georgia.
Really?
Yeah. So I was born in Georgia. My dad went to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
And so my mom was teaching out there. Me and my sister were born in Georgia. Adam, who's a year and some change younger than me, he was there. He was born in Georgia as well, and then we moved to Taylor's. So my grandparents were living in Taylor's. So I was, and so this is going to be a little weird because I think of things, I don't remember necessarily like dates that well. I've had a lot of concussions.
Dude, that's what Sam at my wedding, he started his speech with, all right, guys, I got a little bit of brain damage.
Yeah, so, I do have like, I joke about it a lot, but it comes out and stuff like when I'm trying to like remember like exact dates and stuff from like that. So I kind of speak in like generalities a lot of times.
That's fine.
And so my brother would probably laugh at this because they're going to probably remember things a little different. But when you've had,
they're going to be like, you're way off.
Yeah, I mean, when you've had double-digit concussions, like it does start to like get a little.
Adds up a little bit up there.
I've been put unconscious 3 times. I mean, at that point, something's happening in there.
Yeah.
You know?
I escaped only once. And that was
that
was so bad.
Yeah. So, this is going to be an interesting try to remember all this stuff. But yeah, so I was born in Georgia. I mean, I didn't grow up in Georgia or anything like that. We moved to Edwards Mill, which is kind of near Wade Hampton High School, not too far.
Okay.
And so we were there. We were all technically, I think even Jacob might have been a weird one because Jacob's 21, so there's like a 11-year difference between me and Jacob.
Yeah.
My youngest brother.
Right.
And so I think he might have been born in TR when we moved.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly. There's a lot of them, so it's kind of, it all kind of runs through at some point. We don't need to get mired in the weeds.
Yeah, we don't need to get that down to detail.
No, but so we moved to Taylor's. So I grew up in Taylor's. I still like kind of count myself as growing up in TR because I think a lot of the most like informative years of my life. I think when you change the most as a human, I was in
the maturing process. Was
correct. Yeah, it's like like as you kind of start figuring out who you are and what you like to do. I was in Traveler's Rest, and it was a much different Traveler's Rest than it is now.
Yeah, it's much different than.
I mean, dude, I remember when we moved there. It was like podunk, man. Like it was like one stoplight.
You had Hardee's, and that's probably it.
There was the McDonald's the Pizza Inn, the Waffle House. No, I don't know. The McDonald's wasn't there.
I don't know if the McDonald's would be there.
No, yeah. So there was the Hardee's was definitely there. I don't remember if the Bojangles was there or not.
I think was it Ingles or like the grocery store that
there was
behind
Hardee's?
Bilo. Okay.
And then so the Walmart didn't exist.
No, because the Walmart got finished when I was young.
Yeah, people were pissed about that.
Yeah.
But so it was very different. Like it was a lot different. I go back there now.
Oh, it's
I'm like
every year is
what
different.
Is going on?
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of cool to see all that take place. But yeah, I mean, we grew up in TR, big family. We had
for TR. So you moved to TR when you were like probably 12 or
yeah, I was a little bit younger, so
pretty young on.
Yeah, it was. God, I don't remember exactly.
But it was pretty early. Like it was early.
Correct.
Yeah. And were at that time. Did y'all start getting homeschooled off the bat?
All the way through. And so I think this is also an interesting. So my mom runs one of the biggest co-ops in the country.
Yeah.
Thousands of students. She has 3 locations. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, the world is lucky my mom's not born a dude. Because if she was, we might be living in the United States of Suzanne.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that kept her from taking over the world was the fact that her motherly instincts kicked in, and she was like, "I'm gonna have a bunch of kids and not have a lot of time to worry about that."
Gonna help out a lot of kids.
But because my mom she's very driven. She's a very very strong woman.
Yes.
Very intense. So being from that is very interesting because we don't, it wasn't a whole lot about like how you felt. It was very much like, this is the reality. Like, that's
what we're doing.
No, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
You can either do that or not. I don't really care, but this is the way we're going. It wasn't like, how do you feel about this? This is what we're doing.
It's not a conversation.
Yeah, no. So she, we were homeschooled from day one. She started what is now UHC co-op. She started on her back porch. and there was a couple kids from like the neighborhood.
Was it you and Abby that like started in like Taylor's, or was it when you?
Yeah, it started in Taylor's, and so like we in Taylor's like it was about as small town like America as you could be.
Yeah.
Like everybody rode their bikes. We had friends. You go knock on somebody's door and be like, "Hey, can David come out?" Or Nick or Seth. All these like literally like we like you just ride around and see who wanted to play.
You're like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, and like it was
street lights come on.
Oh, dude, it was crazy. Like like I think people like joke about that stuff, but that's like what we were able to grow up in, and it was cool. My parents do very well now.
Yeah.
Financially, like they're
good. They're chilling.
They're fine. Yeah. But back then it wasn't that way. Like we never had to worry about where I mean we weren't poor.
No,
but we never had to worry about like we weren't getting new shoes. I mean, there's 6 of us too, man.
Well, that's the other problem.
Yeah, it's insane.
6 of y'all.
Like it was insane. And so my parents did really good at what they had. My dad worked really hard. He still works hard.
Yeah.
My mom, created a home life for us that was very regulated. It was, I think, even like looking at my kids now, we can get into that later.
Yeah.
But just kind of having that structure was big. Like it wasn't like we did not live in chaos. Like I think people would think that like, oh, you have a bunch of kids
running around.
Like my mom runs a tight ship.
Yeah.
That's not saying we weren't out there just
doing dumb shit.
Yeah, we weren't doing that. But like it was like I did not live in chaos.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
Yeah. I think that also is like homeschooling and like 6 kids. Like, all right, you're trying to get 6 kids to sit down and do like math problems, and it's like,
I mean,
like picturing it just doesn't like. But when you meet your like Suzanne, it's like, all right, it kind of makes sense.
We're going this way. Like this is like, and I think the homeschool thing is interesting.
I think also like when she probably did it, there's such like a stigma and like stereotype to it.
Oh, it was much different then.
It was much different than like today.
I mean, it was illegal. It was illegal in a lot of parts of the country then. Like it was like a, if people homeschool their kids, like you could get in trouble for doing that, especially if you didn't have it all regulated and listed out and what they were doing. But I think it's interesting because like I see a lot of people homeschooling their kids and they almost look at it as like, oh, I just want to let them learn. Like that was not it was, hey, we're doing these subjects.
Yeah.
Like it was school.
Yeah.
Like you say homeschool, and I think that looks a lot different for a lot of people now.
Yeah.
But for us, it was school. I mean, it was very like when I got to TR, it was way easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like it was way easier. Like
it's also TR.
Correct.
Like,
yeah. But I mean, like when I walked in there,
much different.
I never studied for stuff. Like it was just like I wasn't the best student of all time either.
Yeah, I wasn't out here.
School wasn't my like.
I wasn't valedictorian.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
I wasn't like on the F's and
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like it was.
Had to maintain eligibility. I didn't have.
Yeah, but like growing up, like it was interesting because like my mom, with that homeschool part of it, I mean, she started a lot of the laws and stuff that are in place now. Like she can get on the phone with senators now. She can call people that can like move and shake. Like it's crazy. Like seeing like the size of it now. But yeah, growing up like that, it was interesting. Like you kind of grew up in your own little world. To some degree. Like it was, and I think that's the big difference between like that homeschool world and like the public school world is, I mean, you can get.
Probably the personalities you're meeting. It's just not the same. It's not as many. It's not as variety.
You get a lot of weirdos
coming
from the homeschool thing because they're not around people. For us, I think sports saved us from that.
Sports is something you would absolutely need as a homeschool.
Yes.
Especially then, I think now, it sounds like now it's more like homeschool a couple days and then like interactive the other like 2 or 3 days. It's more.
Yeah. I think you have less people that like actually homeschool now. There's a lot more like the co-ops. I think it feels like it's kind of like give and take a little bit now, where it's like when we were before the co-op and even during the co-op, man, like we were schooled at home.
Yeah. We
didn't go places to like learn. It was like, hey, like these are what we're doing. And I think my mom has a teaching background. She graduated from Furman.
Yeah.
So like it was probably, I'm not gonna say easy, it wasn't easy for her, but she knew what she was doing.
Right.
she wasn't like figuring this out. I mean, she was figuring it out as she went, but you know, she had a really good base and she knew what we needed to learn.
What was it like when you got a test back from like a paper back? Like it's like dang.
I'm trying to remember like.
You know, like you get like a 60 on that thing, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's kind of how it
Awkward
was, though,
conversation.
man. Like my mom didn't like sugarcoat stuff like that. It wasn't like, oh, you can like retake this as many times as you need to. Like it was like, hey, like,
what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? You know, and you know, it wasn't oh, I just want my kids to be successful, or at least the idea that they were successful.
Yeah.
You know, by almost faking it till you make it.
Yeah, it's not like
bit.
giving out easy A's.
No, she held a very like high standard, and we would buck that constantly, obviously. But like, you know, she wasn't playing around.
Yeah.
Like it was not like a loosey goosey thing. It was like you're doing this until you do it, and then you can go outside. You can do what you want. Like it wasn't. I don't know.
There wasn't any faking it.
No,
any, like just getting through it. Like,
yeah. You know, it's interesting because I see like a lot of like homeschoolers now, obviously, and stuff like that, and I see a lot of parents. It's like, oh, like this is what we think school is. Or this is like, you know, we're gonna let our kids go out and like see butterflies. You know, some of that. Or let's watch some leaves fall. And I'm not saying like there wasn't some of that, like, but it was very regulated.
There
like
was a very rigid, structured day of this is.
It was you're doing this till we're done.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think it's probably good for like if you're setting up something, you don't want it to be just kind of, especially with all as the family got bigger. Very good to have that in place. Like, this is what's going on, and kind of kept the chaos in the world.
Oh, you could live in chaos like
easily.
Easily, like in our world. And don't get me wrong, there was chaos.
Well,
but it was like
structured chaos.
Yeah, I mean, we did grow up like very structured, and I use a lot of that stuff with my kids now. Like and again, like we can talk about that more towards the end because that's kind of been more of my recent life. But I had it was cool, man.
Yeah.
Like growing up, it really was. Like there was a lot of things that I would do different than my parents. But I think by the time you also saw that they were growing too, right? Like you don't have to figure it out, dude. Like
no.
I change how I view things constantly.
Every like couple of years, you kind of evaluate. Like man,
you don't realize how fast kids change. You got to think for them, it was like me and my sister all the way down to Jacob. That's a massive gap.
Yeah.
And like we were all going through things differently, and you know they were going through things for the first time with like me and my sister.
Yeah.
And then by the time some of them came along, they changed. So
that's the fourth. Fourth go.
You figure it out.
You got a better idea than the first try.
Yeah, I mean you're almost like you feel like a test dummy sometimes. I mean honestly, it's like I can even remember like when I went to TR for the first time, it was like a test dummy, dude. Like I didn't know nobody.
I mean, they tried to give Sam, and Sam just ruined it off for real.
Yeah, Sam's a different animal.
Sam got 1 year, and then he was out. It was like, you're done.
Sam's a different animal. I love that dude. Like,
it's the other one. Your personalities across the spectrum, completely different. Like,
yeah, I would say me and Sam are closer. Mm-hmm. So me and Sam are a little more intense than the rest. Sam's very intense.
I think you're less scattered brain than Sam.
Yes. So Sam, but from a different perspective for Sam, and I could talk about my brothers all day long, but
I think that's what we're gonna have to do next. Is get
It'd be wild. It'd be a wild time. It'd be funny, but like
it'd be funny to see all the differences in them.
I relate to Sam more than any of the rest of them. Yeah. I understand Sam a lot. Sam, I call Sam, like Sam would be the guy that if I had to bury a body, I'd call Sam, he'd bring the shovel and not ask me why.
Yeah.
And he'd just be like, what we done? I'd be like, I ain't gonna tell you, but we just need a shovel. And he'd be like, all right.
Something out of that bag.
I don't know what's in there, I'm not telling you, but we gotta get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
And like having like that understanding of him has been interesting. Sam's an interesting guy. All my brothers they're all unique in their own way.
Everyone has an interesting story in their family. It's not like a dry person. Like
well, it's because like we like we all grew up so close. Like I'm the closest with Adam, who's right under me. Like we did a lot of stuff together because it was weird. Because like me and Adam, we played on a lot of the same teams. We kind of came up the same way. Andrew was kind of his own little planet.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have Sam and Jacob who were closer, but Sam and Jacob were very different.
Especially for a while.
Yes.
When they were in high school with them, they were very different.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
And they had their own separate group of friends. Like, so me and Adam were kind of around a lot of the same people who played on the same teams and stuff like that.
Let's go from that, like, so 11, so you're 11, 12, you're getting into, like, sports and stuff.
Correct.
So I think this is going to be something interesting.
Yeah.
Are you and Adam going out there and, like, playing every sport under the sun?
So we played
when you
baseball and basketball.
Okay. So those were
all of us. That's all.
The two, everything.
Yeah, and so then when you were homeschooled, you couldn't play public school sports. And so it was a lot of church league stuff.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we
dominated.
We just donkeying kids out there. So I remember one of my earliest like memories of sport, and this is wild.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember exactly how old I was. I was 6 maybe. I was playing church league at Mitchell Road Presbyterian. Back then it was carpet floor. I remember I was donkeying kids, dude. You know, like 8-foot goal.
Yeah.
I'm basically dunking. You know what I mean?
How
Like,
tall were you?
I'm a beast, dude. Like, I didn't grow a ton since like middle school.
So you were like your height at middle school.
Yeah, pretty close.
So you're like 6'4".
I might have grown an inch.
You go.
Since then. I was 6'5", 6'6".
So you were 6'5" in like 8th grade.
Yeah, I was tall, dude.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah, I was tall. String bean.
Oh
I
yeah.
was tall.
You look like Shaggy. Dude, you're Shaggy. I was at the high school 6. The one that sat in your basement. Dude, that's a legendary.
Dude, we went through a lot of.
Really refined now into a very good gentleman, handsome guy.
Dude, so we were playing.
Yeah.
I was just donkeying kids at that age.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you're playing church league. There ain't nobody in there.
There's no one in church league, and you're like a foot taller than everyone.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I'm dropping I'm scoring it with. So I had a lady middle of the game. I'm sitting on the bench. We're blowing some team out. She comes across the court as the game's being played and is in my face, closer to me and you, and is screaming at me. I'm a kid.
Yeah.
She's like, "How old are you? There's no way you're this old. What's your birthday?" And I remember I was starting to cry.
Yeah.
And I couldn't remember my birthday.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm 6. Like, I'm freaking know, dude. And, like, she's screaming at me. Screaming.
Yeah.
Just yelling. Middle of the game. Game's going. Ref's calling. Like, it's
no
like,
one's
stop.
stopping.
Like, my coach sitting there, like, what is going on? Like, I remember, like, my dad starting to come.
Yeah.
Like, across the court. You gotta, like, we talk about my dad, too. Because, like, my dad's a very quiet guy until he's not.
Until it's ready to go.
Yeah, when he's ready, like, it's going 0 to 100.
Yeah.
And so like, I can see them, like, they, like, grab this lady. And like are taking her out of the gym because she's screaming at me, and I'm just a kid, you know. I'm just sitting there, just like, you know, my knees are like shaking, and I'm like, I don't know what my birthday is. Like, da 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 da. She's like, there's no way. We need a birth certificate. Da, da, da. So like, I just remember like that was like burned in my head for all time. Like that's one of those like earliest like I can remember.
That's the first memory.
Yeah, like that's like the first thing I can remember about like playing sports. But like. The other time was like I scored in the wrong goal, and I remember it just like wrecked me for like a week. I was just like I lost. We won by like 30, and I was like I could have lost this 32. Game. You know, and I was like freaking out. Like, yeah, I was freaking out. It's like, yeah, it was. Those are like some of my like earliest memories of like basketball and like.
Baseball had to be weird.
I would say that we were all better at baseball.
Really?
Yeah, like we were good baseball players. You know, but again, we weren't playing like real competition. Yeah. You know, we were playing at Bob Jones.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you got some kids that are good. Like we were.
You might have someone that's like just.
They're okay. You know, like they're good. Like you know, on teams like that, you got like 1 or 2 kids that are good, and everybody else a trash can.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, if you get it to anybody else,
it's like all right.
You might get a home run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, if this goes out of the infield,
I'm good.
We're gravy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, like growing up like that, we were like good athletes.
Yeah.
But like my parents didn't really like push us to sports. That's all we did.
Yeah.
We were always playing.
Well, I mean, you could fill out a roster with your family.
So yeah, I mean, like there was always somebody we could throw with or somebody we were doing stuff with. We grew up playing like kill man with the ball. Like football, like we were playing backyard football, like kicking a soccer ball. I just remember like we didn't really gravitate to soccer at all, but like it was just like a part of our like DNA. I would say like that's what we did. Like we liked playing, we enjoyed playing, we were good at that.
Yeah.
So I think as a kid you gravitate towards things that you're good at.
Right.
Because you want your parents to be proud of you. You want people to be
want
you to be around. Yeah,
it's fun if you're good at something.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we didn't struggle.
Yeah.
It was not a question of like when we would walk onto a court or a field. It wasn't a question of like, oh my gosh, are we going to be able to be good today? It was like, is there even a kid that's better than us?
Yeah, that's an interesting mindset from like early on to have.
Yeah, and it was like a different thing of like I enjoyed going to practice. Like I enjoyed those like I never felt pressure like when I would step onto a court or a field because I knew that I could handle myself.
That's interesting.
At like that, I didn't feel that like.
Yeah, like just like immediate like.
I never felt nervous about a game ever until I got a TR. That was the first time I would experience like nerves before a game.
That's pretty wild.
And so, which is very detrimental at that age to have not experienced that before.
That's a bad time to not have.
Yes.
So I was gonna say like I don't ever remember like my feeling was always like nerve. Like I was always going in nerves. It was like never a.
Like I can remember going onto like a baseball field and like not striking out for 10 games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I mean literally like walking out there and it's like there's nobody here that's gonna send me back to this dugout. Like I'm not saying I get on base every time, but I'm putting it in play.
I'm hitting it. Yeah.
Like or like I'd go to a basketball game and be like, there's nobody here that's keeping me under 20.
No.
Period.
That's a good feeling.
You just roll out there. But again, it's like that competition. Like we didn't play. Like I wasn't playing like real competition. Yeah, it's like because we couldn't. Like I don't remember like you were playing other kids, but most of them were not like on their school teams and stuff like that. And so I remember like the first like.
How'd that first TR, the transition go?
So it was hard.
That sounds like because you're going to public school for the first time. You're also then playing public
small town
sports.
So
very small.
Just from like a social aspect, when I went to TR, it was tough. Yeah. It was hard. Like I remember eating lunch by myself for like multiple weeks.
That's pretty random. Is it you didn't know anyone at TR then at the time?
Anybody.
That's interesting.
0 people.
Huh.
And so
see that's so much different than probably like Andrew and Sam.
Correct. And so and I don't talk about this a ton, but like because even me getting TR, like I had to beg my parents, because like they did not want us to go, and I was just like, look, like I'm tired of like beating up on these kids.
Yeah.
Like I knew, like even like deep down, I knew that I really wasn't playing
anyone like.
Yeah. I mean, like and again, like you play good players, but it's like it's like you get on these teams and it's like 1 or 2. Yeah. So like you might play it. I might play in a basketball game where there's one kid that can like kind of compete at the level that I could compete at.
Well, I think also at that age you're looking to kind of test boundaries, find new things, like the other dynamics going on there. That's like let's go find something new.
And so like I went to TR as a junior.
Okay.
And so you want to talk about like a hard like social to walk into. Like I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
Not one. I remember. Yeah, I still remember this day. Like walking in, but like I never wanted to go to lunch.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And so I would just like go through the line, sit by myself, and then after a while you start to like,
and
I kind of had that I knew I was on the team.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Like and so you start to meet some guys and.
Did you know Mills going in there?
So
or was it like?
So this is crazy. So the first Mills I ever met was Seth Mills.
Great guy.
And so that's still my dude. I still talk to him.
I love Seth.
He's a wild boy. But so I was in middle school and I was playing in a men's league.
Yeah.
Church ball.
Yeah.
And so I remember like walking in. God, what's that church called in TR? I don't remember the church. It's behind Walmart now. But I remember walking in. I was looking on the other side, and like most of the guys, they're whatever. Like even as like a middle school kid, I could like compete.
middle school,
I'm not bodying
early
a grown
high
man.
school, you're pretty like.
Yeah, I'm not bodying a grown man.
No, but
like
6'5",
I can
you
get
got
out
some
here
height
and
and length on you, where you
like
can get.
you're not gonna punk me.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at this dude. I was like, he's just dunking everything. In warm ups, he's just freaking trying to rip the rim off. And I was like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
And so we get into play, and I just remember him coming down the lane one time and just cocking this thing back. And I remember like doing this, like as a kid.
I'm getting out of the way.
Oh, like seeing the bottom of his shoes. I'm like, oh my gosh, he just freaking thumped this dunk. And that was my first. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like there are people like that out there.
Yeah. There's some freaks out here.
Like I was like, what in the world? Who is this guy? And so that's how I first got introduced to like Mills. So like, my parents had like talks with him. Like I remember going to TR before I was going to school and meeting in the library and like going over like what would this look like?
Yeah.
Like trying to come in and being like,
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, like what does this look like? And so I went as a junior, which is you try not to like it wasn't bad, like it wasn't like detrimental, but it was hard like socially.
Late in the game with like you have groups and cliques of like.
Well, back then, like TR was so small too. Like all these people have been together since they were in elementary school.
Yeah, so
like there was literally friend groups who like
their life. It's not just like 2 years you missed out on. It's pretty much
like their whole life, And so it's like you have all these different groups. You kind of figure out, okay, who am I friends with? Like who can I be? And that's a hard thing.
Yeah.
Especially like at that time, because like I'd been around like enough. I wasn't like just like a weird homeschool kid coming in. Like I had some life experience. My parents were always pretty good about that.
Yeah. I feel like I mean, I went to TR my sophomore year, and it was not the same, but it was only Case and
because you came in.
Luke. I think those were like I knew a couple other guys, but they didn't really hang out with like.
Dude, it was even weird.
It was weird to be like. It's weird. It's a weird.
It's a weird thing. Like I even remember like, and this is like even an interesting conversation like nowadays, but like that was the first time I was around like a bunch of like African American guys. Like even coming into public school.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah, because like
homeschool,
it's
your bro. It's just your.
That was like the first time that I was having like actual like social interaction with people that didn't look like me.
Yeah, it's not your cult like what you've been up and
straight up.
It's completely different.
Dude, like it's like completely different, and like those are the things though that like I'm the most thankful for of why I did it.
Oh yeah.
Because like even now to this day, I have a lot of college teammates that don't look nothing like me. That are some of my best friends.
Yeah.
That I talk to, and like, who knows? Like, if I wasn't playing sports, if I wasn't doing that, like, you live in these your own little echo chambers until you don't.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest part of sports is like the combining of different cultures, aspects.
It's the coolest part.
It's the
by far.
Yeah, we're going to like when we played for the AAU and we were playing like Phyllis Wheatley. We're going down there and it's like this is nothing like I've ever seen before.
Yeah,
these are like. New interactions every day. Then AAU's a whole different. All those, I think those have been great for like just having an understanding of what the world is. Because otherwise you just don't get exposed.
It gives you like a different like like people talk about like a culture war now, and like that wasn't my reality.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't like. It gets weird for me because I'm like, a lot of my best friends don't look nothing like me.
Yeah.
And it was never like that.
Yeah.
We were working hard towards the same goal.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter whether I was from TR and I had friends who were from DC.
Yeah.
That upbringing is very different.
Mm-hmm.
I had I got friends like I remember like I'd have teammates that were from rough areas.
Yeah.
Like that I can't even have any.
Can't fathom that.
Can't fathom it. But we all came to the same place. And we were all working hard towards the same thing.
Yeah.
And you realize that kind of stuff, like, none of that stuff matters.
No, it really nice. Really
don't matter
together.
None of that stuff matters. You know? And so that was, I look back at, like, me going to TR first. I would say first, because all my brothers eventually started coming after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it as, like, somebody had to be first.
Yeah, someone had to.
And my experience there, honestly, like, athletically, and was not good.
That's the interesting part. Because, like, you go to TR, and I'm assuming you play varsity, like,
Yeah.
off the rip.
Oh,
But, like, up to that point, were you, like, working, like, training for it, or you just going and playing, like, pickup? Like, were you thinking it was going to be, like, a.
That was the first time where I
had to work towards it, like, put some effort into this?
I mean, I always played a ton. I didn't understand, like, I don't think anybody, I think a select few actually understand, like, how to really work hard in high school. Like, I think a lot of people just roll balls out.
Yeah.
And let's play. I think, I don't care. I was very mentally weak when I got there. So and I did not know that until I got there.
Yeah.
Like, Mills coached very hard at that point.
Yeah.
He softened up a little bit by the end, but that was still, I can remember we didn't put a ball out.
Yeah, he was a guard guy.
Yeah, he was MFing people.
Yeah, well, we didn't quite get that. We didn't get that. He took that off, though.
Dude, but, like, I even heard stories, like, before I got there, he was really MFing people. And, like, he coached hard. Like, that was the first time I had ever been told I wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a hard thing.
Destroyed.
When you're 16 years old,
yeah.
Your whole life you've been better than everybody you played.
And now you're getting.
All of a sudden, and he's right.
Yeah.
And that's the harder part.
Yeah.
It's not because, like, I can deal with a coach, like, yelling at me and just being like, okay, he's trying to motivate me.
Yeah.
But when that stuff rings true, at that age, dude, that hurts.
Yeah.
Like, it cuts you. Like, you lose a lot of confidence. Mm-hmm. And that's not his fault or anything like that. And it prepared me for later.
Got you ready to go.
100%. But at that, dude, that's when I would start feeling nervous for games. Like, I remember literally thinking, like, before I would go in games, I was like, okay, as long as I don't play as hard as I can make an excuse after this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't playing as hard as I could.
Yeah.
Like, I remember literally having those, like,
trying to give it out
lines of saying, like, okay, if dude, I never scored 20 points in high school. I've got multiple 40-point games as a pro, and then I have multiple 30-point games in college.
Yeah.
I never scored 20 in high school.
Yeah.
Like,
was that just a complete because of the gap, or was
I think to some degree I was also before my time.
I think
the way I play is I was not a back to the basket guy. Like that they didn't do that then. It was like if you were tall, they tried to put you and you just bang a shot, hook shots. Mm-hmm. And like I'm not saying before my time, like I revolutionized basketball. There's a lot of kids doing it, but I'm saying I was part of that generation where it switched.
You're going from back to a basket to a stretch big, or a big that will go up to the three.
Dude, basketball changed completely in like that amount of time.
What time? When were you playing at TR? Like 2000 early?
I was 2000. I graduated 2010.
Yeah, so you were playing 10, right. So you're like, you're probably 5-6 years before like you actually.
Yeah, and I was soft.
Yeah.
I weighed 190 pounds in high school, soaking wet.
That's wild.
Like in college, I got like 245. I was a different human.
Yeah, that's a completely different person.
I was a different human by then, and I think back then, it was, hey, back to the basket, I need you to bang down here and do a drop step and stuff. I didn't want to do any of that.
Yeah,
I wanted to shoot fadeaways.
Yeah.
I wanted to step out. I wanted to pick and pop. Mm-hmm. I don't want to pick and roll, dude. I ain't picking and rolling.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's physical, and I think even public school then was different now. I'm not saying public school sucks now, but the talent was more localized then because people couldn't transfer.
Yeah.
So you played where you lived for the most part. Now there was some of that going on then.
There's some, but it was much harder to do than
I was playing
later on.
I was playing Daniel. DeAndre Hopkins was there. Shaq Lawson.
Yeah,
like all these dudes. Like Daniel had 7 guys that went Division I.
Yeah.
From a high school.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, Daniel's its own beast on like its own still.
It's insane.
It's a crazy place.
Well, like I even think about like JL Man. Like when I was playing JL Man, Brandon Boggs, they like Damian Leonard. They were like that kid. They both went high major, like Division I. Like there was a bunch of kids that could really go. Like you were playing kids, like even Berea, Josh Mendenhall, he ended up going Division I. Like there ain't kids going Division I from those schools now. Not like that.
Not anymore. We had a bunch of guys. I don't know. We had some talent that we were playing, but we were also playing up. We were playing like 4A.
Correct. Which is a weird one for TR.
Which is weird for
Your
TR.
numbers are weird.
Our numbers are weird, but then you move them back down to 3A when we leave, and it's like, all right, yeah, you also thump everyone you play. But
I think
we
it's
played
like
some talent.
I think you see a lot of the talent get watered down now because a lot of kids will go to private school too.
Well, that's the other thing. Like
that wasn't a thing.
Southside or Christian and Christchurch and all of that.
You didn't go to private school if you were good.
It's like Daniel or Dorman.
Dude, we would play private schools. It was like, oh, we're gonna thump these dudes by 30.
Yeah.
Get on out of here.
It's kind of like playing the homeschool team. It's like, all right.
You roll into some of these private schools now, they got boys that can go.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think some of that was a little different when I was playing. Like, you would see the same kid at the same school all the way through.
Yeah, you're playing 4 years in a row, or 2
Correct.
years in a row.
Now, you do have kind of that transfer portal now. Like, kids will come and go.
They'll kind of move. I think they'll move around. I don't think there's a ton that do it. Like, you have Bryce McGowan who played at, like, Rent. Like, he played his whole time there.
Yeah, then he goes to Legacy.
Why didn't he go to Legacy, though? Because he played our senior year.
I think he went to Legacy.
Did he start at Legacy?
I don't remember.
He ended at Rent.
Yeah.
I know that. Cause
he gave Sam like a 70 ball.
He gave Sam a 70 ball. Ouch.
70 ball.
I try to bring that up as often as possible. I don't care what.
I've never had anybody give me a 70 ball. For the record.
Just pointing that out. Yeah, he played there. There's a couple of Sam would rattle off people. He's much somehow.
And say I am like removed from like y'all's generation.
We played some people, but I will agree that the quality of like those private schools went up drastically. But there were still guys that we were playing that they went and played ball like.
And y'all played on better teams than I did. I remember my first year ended, we lost 8 games by less than 5 points. Like, so there was a lot of like losing at the end and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It was just it was a different time. Like, I didn't play on like super talented teams.
Mm-hmm.
We had good players. It wasn't like that, but it was, to my knowledge, I was the only one that went to college.
Did y'all?
So
y'all had that TR team that was like not pretty okay, I guess, when you were there.
Yeah, we weren't great. Like, we weren't winning region or anything like that. Like y'all played on a bunch of teams. My brothers played on a bunch of teams that won a lot of region championships. Yeah. Like in a row, like a bunch of them.
Yeah. We got some TR banners up there.
Yeah. And so like I was not a part of any team like that. It was I was a good player on not a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Which also hindered me a little bit, probably because I didn't have like even that much competition like in that
Your
team.
daily practice is not ridiculous.
Correct. It's kind of like you're just waiting to get to the game.
Because that's the only time you're going to really have something going on.
So, it was, I played my first year there, had a guy named Marcus Johnson. He was a point guard. He was good. Like, he was really good at it. He was the best player on that team. He was better than me. And then, my senior year, I was the best player by far, arguably. I'm sure.
Is that when you started getting kind of talked to from like schools about like?
I didn't have scholarship offers.
You got nothing for.
So I signed to UC Upstate.
I thought so. When'd you go to NGU then?
So this is interesting. So I signed to UC Upstate as a preferred walk-on, and so I went up there because I played on a Carolina Celtics team. Like I still have a teammate who's in the NBA right now.
Uh-huh.
I was not good enough to be on that team. I give him a shout. So I played with a couple other guys, Chandler Hash and Chris Dean. They both played at Greer. They both averaged like 30 apiece at Greer. They'd score 65 and their team would score 68 points. But you couldn't stop them. They were both really good. Chris, I had never played college with Chris. Chris is the second leading scorer in NGU history. So he transferred really well.
Had some dogs.
Yeah. And so I played with some of those guys, a couple of local kids, but then they were bringing kids from other places. Yeah. Torrey Craig, I played with Torrey Craig. He plays in the NBA still, I think. He was with the Nuggets for a while and stuff. So I was not good enough to play on that team.
Yeah.
I walked in there thinking I was good.
Yeah.
Until you get around some other guys who were really good.
Yeah.
And AAU was a lot different then too. It was not as like structured. It was not. You were rolling in tournaments playing. You'd play a kid and he'd transfer teams by the end of the tournament.
Yeah.
They ain't doing that now. Like it's a lot more structured. Like if you roll into they got all this gear now. Like if you would roll in and you'd see a team with like t-shirts on with numbers taped, you better watch out.
You're
boys
tough
will
day.
thump you.
Yeah.
You know,
That's not
it's
gonna
like
be a fun time.
it was like the teams that had the jerseys were the ones you didn't worry about as much.
Yeah.
You know, now you see like, you know, if a Nike team rolls in or something like that, they're gonna be pretty good.
They'll be pretty good. It's still a t-shirt team. You gotta watch out for.
Watch out.
Those dudes with like mismatched colored jerseys.
They will thump you, man.
They're coming. Those guys are.
They're gonna full court press you, and they're gonna do it the whole game.
It's gonna be the rawest athletes you've ever seen.
Yeah, watch out.
And it's gonna be like, hell, this is gonna be a long day.
Yeah, any skip pass getting took. So.
Yeah, you ain't making nothing. You throw a moonball, it's gone.
Yes,
he's probably hammered that on the other side.
Your teammates getting dunked on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it was like, dude, it was more of a Wild West, like in my opinion, like even back then, like, you know, and the team I played on was pretty good. Like it was, you know, they were bringing kids in.
How did you find out about like was this after high school? Or is it during?
For that AAU team?
Yeah.
So, no, I played my junior year.
So, your junior year. You started AAU then?
I played a year before for Redemption, which is now what the church is called now. But they kind of had an AAU program, but it was mostly local stuff.
So, actually, like playing AAU. So
it was mostly like local stuff.
Was that guys just brought in all over? Or is it more like.
No, that was like, you got to like.
It was still like. So, it's like still kind of what we were.
Yeah.
Until we played.
But even y'all were different because, like, in my opinion, y'all had the right idea. You play with like kind of your local kids, and then you basically use it as practice.
Yeah.
So I think they did a better job then. Because the reality is, and this is the hard the reality that people don't want to hear. But like, if you're good enough to play the next level, they're gonna find you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what AAU team you play on.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who you play with.
Yeah.
They're going to find you. And the kids that aren't, they're not.
They're not going to find you. It's kind of how that goes.
That's the reality. You can look at the numbers. You can look at all of it. It is the harsh reality of it.
Yeah.
It's, you know, your parents can't pay to play here.
No.
You know, they don't care.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think it's most interesting watching that, like, the Adidas team you coached.
Yeah.
That team was interesting to be a part of. Like seeing those guys. You had some guys on that team that like.
Also, for the record, I'm the worst basketball coach on the planet.
It's not.
I couldn't draw the play right now if you got a gun in my head. And,
the prime example of player to coach doesn't always work.
No. I am not a good basketball coach.
But we had some guys on that team.
Those were fun. The parents also. I just can't deal with the parents.
That's another hard part of like
parents are idiots, honestly.
Dealing with parents anyway, like being a teacher, but also
they're idiots.
It's like, why are you talking?
Parents have such a misunderstanding of like how good their kids are. It's not all, but like
all, but it's just mostly like
a lot of them.
All right, whatever.
It's like, hey, this kid's not gonna play after this, and that's fine.
There's
nothing wrong with that.
I like that.
But like, you know, you should be using this to prepare them for their next step. Like, you should be using like the discipline of it, the learning how to work hard.
I think the aspects of it.
Learning how to fail.
Yeah.
Like, it's important. Like, it's important for kids to hear you're not good enough.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
And people don't want to say that. They don't want to talk about it, and they get mad.
You want the participation trophy and all right, everyone's done great today.
And that's a lot of like, I'll say our generation, like.
Yeah.
We grew up with that, where it's like I was kind of on the front end of that, where it's like parents started like before, if you weren't good enough to play a team, you didn't play. Now, like if Mills was a cutter kid in high school, I'm sure he dealt with that all the time. They're like, why is my kid not on the team?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Your kid sucks. And that's okay.
It's fine.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like it ain't important. We got 12 spots.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like,
it is what it is.
Spots, it is what it is.
You know?
Yeah, I think we're more than back into that. Yeah. Of like we're probably the last year or two. That it's like, all right. I hate that for you, bud.
I hate that for you.
But you need to go work.
Play rec league.
You got a year to go figure it out.
Yeah, if you want it bad enough, you get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, I mean, so, like, coming out of high school, like, I didn't have offers, like, and to be honest, I shouldn't have. I was a tall kid who had potential.
Yeah, you weren't really developed. You weren't, like.
I wasn't developed. I was very soft, like, mentally and physically. Like, You know, like the only reason I got a shot was because of like my physical like
Yeah.
potential.
I mean, Well,
Right.
you mean you're 6'6", 6'7"?
Yeah, 6'7". Like it's hard to
6'7".
find that.
Yeah, you're not gonna find that off the street.
No, and like I was talented.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like I could dribble, I could shoot. Like I was a good.
You
player.
weren't a bum. You're just like not. There's levels to it.
The
like,
Phillip now to where I ended up would look at that Phillip then and be like, dude, I would eat your lunch, dude.
Yeah.
Like I would have you crying in the corner.
Yeah.
Like the same human in like a 10-year span.
And
like, dude, you would not be able to.
He's got no chance.
No chance.
Yeah.
I would be like, I want to guard that guy because I want a night off.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, and that's just like as you reflect upon it, like that's the reality.
It's real. That's just kind of how it progresses.
It's like Mills telling me I wasn't good enough is the reality.
Yeah.
And now I can appreciate that now. Then it was very
like
detrimental.
Yeah.
It was very detrimental.
Yeah.
Very detrimental. But I think that's also a good, like, my parents would never let me quit.
Yeah, I think that's the other part.
And so
you can't just walk away from it.
You can't walk away from it.
Yeah.
Like, and I see a lot of people make that mistake now. When it gets tough, they're like, oh yeah, we can just quit.
Yeah.
And that's some things that I implement with my kids now. Again, we're not there yet in the story, but some of those things are going to come back into how I
important teaching moments to just be like, you got to stick it out. I know.
You got to stick it out. Like it would have been very easy. You know, I remember like I remember even talking to coaches after, like I'll still run into like some high school coaches and stuff, and they're like, man, you should have came here, dude. If you had come here, and it's like the Phillip. Then I just wanted to be validated.
Yeah.
Right. I wanted people to tell me that I was good enough.
Yeah.
Right. The Phillip now is thankful that never happened.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I remember I never had any interest from colleges. Like I would receive letters from like D2s and stuff. And I think always like in my head, I always knew that I was going to get a chance.
Do you think you didn't get as much like letters because of like the time period you were in, where it's like, all right, you might have like maybe some form of email. You don't really have social media.
Yeah, it was way different.
You don't have like as much like.
That was big. That for sure. That was big because
at 6'7", most times you're gonna find somewhere that will.
Correct, and like I couldn't speak for Mills necessarily. Like I don't, but he wasn't like shopping
deals to look for.
You know what I mean? Like
I got a guy.
Yeah, like. Yeah, I don't think, to be honest, like, a lot of people probably disagree with this. I don't think that's his responsibility. And some people might disagree with that.
I don't think entirely. I mean, like, your job is to be, you're the high school coach, like, you know, you're the coach.
They're also not getting paid nothing.
You're not getting
paid
anything.
And they're dealing with just bull crap constantly.
Like, I don't think, it's not really his, it's more like if you want to do it, help them out, great.
And so we were walking through that first, because, like, I was the first one. So, like, my parents didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't know
that whole process.
Like, by the time Jacob came through, it was a different world.
Yeah.
And so I went to upstate. I mean, I had an apartment. I had everything. And then we were playing. We were starting to play, like, summer. So I actually went to upstate with Chandler Hatch, who's another guy I played. He played a career.
Yeah.
And he ended up going to Anderson and being an All-American. But he's a dog. So I remember going to upstate and kind of realizing, I don't know if I should be here. I don't know if I could play here. I don't know if I have a future here.
Yeah.
It was 2 weeks before school started. And so Sabias Duck, who played at TR, he was a really good player at TR. I think he had played for like a semester or something at North Greenville.
Yeah.
So he knew the coach. So I remember texting him and asking for the coach's number.
Yeah.
Because I was like, all right, that's close to home. It's right around the corner. You know, it's 8 minutes away from my parents' house.
Yeah.
So let me they never recruited me. Like, I remember calling and just saying, hey man, like, do you have a spot?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you know, we got a spot. Like, if you want to come, we don't really have a ton of scholarship. I think they gave me $1,400. So I was basically a walk-on.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so I remember basically transferring on Greenville. a week before school started,
Mm-hmm.
rolling in. Like,
Yeah.
you know, all the guys had just gotten on campus. I didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
I had played it was basically a pro-am that was at Hillcrest High School that summer.
Okay.
And I've been playing pretty well. And I remember seeing some guys that were going to North Greenville. They were playing there too. There was a bunch of college guys and some pros and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I had seen a couple of them playing in that. And so when I kind of came, I kind of knew, you know, it wasn't the first time I'd seen a lot of them. But you know, in my head, even though I didn't play Division One,
Yeah.
you know, in my head I was like, oh, dude, I'm going D2. Like,
Yeah.
I'm about to smoke some of these fools.
Yeah.
And so I remember walking in the first time, and so the all-time leading scorer in NGU history is Paul Harrison. He's a post player.
Mm-hmm.
Monster.
You don't become leading scorer for no reason.
Monster.
Yeah.
Still playing pro.
That's impressive.
He's the only guy that I played in college with where I was like, that guy could score in the NBA. He could use both hands. His footwork's good. He could stretch it out. He was 6'8", probably 280 at that point. Both hands, silky smooth. Like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Why are you here? What are we doing? And I remember walking in and being like, oh shit. I am in trouble. So I remember playing the first open gyms and thinking that I was going to walk in and like be good and just getting
wrecked,
embarrassed out here by this guy. And to be fair, he's the best player that's ever played there. I'll say that. Anybody that disagrees with me is an idiot. Honestly.
Yeah.
Anybody that disagrees with that's an idiot. And I mean, dude's still playing pro. He's won a couple of championships. I think he's out in the Midwest somewhere now playing. He's played in Europe. He's played in South America. He played in the TBT a bunch. I mean, dude, he just like breathes it. Like that's what he does. Like he's a mercenary.
Goes out there and gets buckets.
Just gets buckets. Period. Don't matter who you are. Bring your freaking lunch. Dude.
Don't discriminate.
Hey, bring your lunch because this guy's going to give you a tough night. Yeah, I mean, but I think, and you can even take this back to like those times at TR and even walking into that.
Yeah.
I would not be the player I became without that.
Yeah, I mean, all those experiences add, I mean.
If my whole life I had gone through with people telling me that I was good enough, being the best player, doing all these things, I would have got to college and I probably wouldn't have made it. Probably would have dropped out because at that point, all that stuff goes away.
Yeah.
Now you're with all the kids that are actually the good ones.
Yeah.
All the rest of that, it goes away. And so I barely played my freshman year.
What was that first practice like when you walk on the court and it's like, all right, you're lacing them up for,
so
guys you haven't really met?
Yeah, and I think it's very different at like the D2 level and D1. So like you have to understand, like at the D2 level, you have to love it. Like you're not like there's not the facilities, there's not the player personnel, there's not all that stuff. It's you and you. Hey, you got to find time to get on the court in your spare time. Like you, especially like in North Greenville, like there's not facilities like that. Like it's a jump.
You got to go to North Georgia to get the
I mean, like Casey's experience is probably a little different. Like he was closer to D1 than I was.
Yeah, shout out
in terms of like facilities and stuff.
Yeah,
and there's some good Division twos out there.
NGU is a little bit of a more you got to get it out.
No, yeah, and we were, at my first year we played in the NCCAA, which is like the Christian College League, and so. My first year, we won 21 games. And Paul averaged like 40. Yeah, I mean, it was literally like you just get the ball down there and let the big fella rock out.
Yeah.
He'd kick it back out when he wanted to.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, stop that. Good luck. But you're playing like chefs and whatever else from like freaking who knows what Christian college, like you're playing like the Bob Jones and stuff. It's like no shade, but like
it's not the same competition.
No, it's not the same.
It's just not.
And so, seeing and there was a lot of upperclassmen on that team when I came in, like guys who had been there for a while.
Yeah.
And they were good basketball players, and they looked like men.
That's the other thing.
Like that's another thing people don't understand.
You get that 21, 22-year-old compared to like 17,
that
18.
Jump is massive.
Yeah.
Like when you see as a freshman, you come on, like you think these dudes are grown men.
Yeah.
That's what they look like.
Yeah.
You know, like you're barely able to grow a beard. These dudes have gray in their beard. Like, I mean, it's like, dude, they're grown men. You know, like when you're in a weight room with these guys, it's like, hey, I'm not that.
Yeah.
Like I had teammates who like they were windmilling and stuff, and like you're looking, you're like, that guy's got to play.
Yeah.
He don't play a minute. You know, like
no.
And you're like, dude, if he played in my high school, we'd have won 10 more games. You know, like I mean, it's crazy. Like I don't think people understand the jump that it is. You know, it's like I'm not saying that like as a freshman in high school coming in with seniors, that's a big jump. It's a big jump. Yeah. But that like coming as a freshman in college to like some of these dudes who are 21, 22, 23 years old, depending on situation, it's
pretty crazy.
You can't make up that gap. It's impossible. Age makes up that gap.
Yeah.
It's nothing. And I'm not saying there's not freaks. Like there's freaks that come out of high school. Like you see some of these kids coming from modern day and all these. They're freaks.
Freaks are going like D1.
Right.
I mean,
they're Kentucky.
Yeah, you know, if you're on Kentucky, whatever you.
Yeah, it's like they're grown men at 18, 16, 17 years
still,
old.
like, I think the other thing is like the skill of like a D2 college.
Correct.
Is really underrated. Like, they get a lot of shade for no reason.
One of the few sports that you can compete with D1s.
Yeah.
You take a D2 football team to a D1 football team, that's a different game. It's a different game.
No chance. You take a high-level D2 school against like a low D1.
My last year at NGU, we were better than. We went to Furman and lost by 4. And Daniel Fowler, who I'm buddies with now, he's the man. He just got married.
Yeah, he did.
Shout out to him.
Congrats to him.
As a freshman, took that game from us.
That's great.
We were better than them.
Yeah.
But like that sort of thing, where it's like you could walk into some mid majors
and you can play.
You can play.
Like
I'm not saying you'll win, but you'll be within 10. Like it'll be a competitive game.
You could hold a game that's
correct. If you played them 10 times, you could get 5 wins.
Depending
on the school.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Depending on the school. Like
you're gonna win a couple.
Correct. Like if you walk in and you got enough swing your way, you could walk out of there with a win pretty easy and not be a crazy shot. Yeah. You're probably not walking into Kentucky and winning. But at that mid-major level, you can compete.
Yeah. Right there.
The difference to me, the difference is when they go like 7, 8, 9 deep. That's when it really separates. They usually have like at a school like that, you'll have one player who's way better than like anybody you have. But like that,
but then they have 6 good
2 to like 5 is like okay, like I can hold my own with this guy.
Yeah.
But then they're also bringing 3 more guys off the bench that are as good as anybody that you're starting. And so that's the big, like a lot of times they'll outlast you.
The depth problems.
Yeah, it'll be close halftime, and then they'll start pulling away. That's how a lot of that stuff works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, even that first practice, I remember sitting there and being like, I don't know if I'm even going to play here.
I'm not physical enough.
Dude, I couldn't remember plays. I was so worried about what was going on. Like as a freshman, I couldn't remember plays. Like I couldn't remember what I was supposed to be doing. Like even like the vernacular, like how people talk at like the college level. Like even that verbiage is different. You know, it's like I could survive defensively in high school just by kind of existing.
Mm-hmm. You're just floating around.
It's like, hey, dude, like if you don't have the right footwork, you're getting cooked here.
Yeah.
Like if you don't close this guy out the right way, if you don't pinch baseline, if you don't push the guy the right direction, your teammate's getting dunked on.
Yeah.
That didn't happen in high school.
No.
And so, you know, it's like you're coming from behind, I'll get a block.
Yeah.
In high school, in college, that dude's dunking that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's a massive jump. And so I just remember sitting there my freshman year, and I got a couple minutes here and there. And I felt like I played decent when I got in.
Yeah.
But realizing like
I have to take a jump.
Oh gosh, like if I don't figure this out, like nobody's gonna remember me.
Yeah.
Like I remember that being a big nobody's gonna remember me.
That's an interesting thought to have it, like just the remembering part.
No, and that's also
Yeah.
important because of how it ended.
Yeah.
And so like I said, I always played basketball a ton. Like I was always playing. Like it wasn't like a lack of like I didn't go home and play video games.
Nah.
We were always looking for a gym. We were always looking to play, but I didn't know how it worked. I didn't have anybody that really was like, you need to get better at this.
Yeah.
And so that first year, it was hey, you need to get better at this.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need to figure out how you fit in this team.
Yeah.
And so like all I did was play all summer. Like because once I started going there, I could get up in there in the gym in the summer. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
So dude, I'd be up there till 1 a.m. Like security's kicking me out on
Yeah.
like a Wednesday. You know, like everybody else is hanging out with their friends from high school.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't me.
Yeah.
Dude, I was out there grinding, like all day long. I'd go up there in the morning. I'd go up there at night. Like I would, go play open gym somewhere else and whatever. Like I'd be up there. I'd shoot 1,000 shots. We didn't have a shooting machine.
Sit there and go.
Dude, just shooting, rebounding it.
Yeah.
Run, get it. Put cones out. Figure out, okay, like I got to get better in this situation. Like if I'm going to be able to stretch the floor here, because I'm not as physically dominant as some of these guys, I got to get better at shooting. Like I can't shoot 16% from three and think that I'm going to yank threes in college. Guess what? You're going to be sitting on a seat like this.
Yes.
Seriously. You're going to be sitting right here.
Yep.
Go get him. Why is he out there? And so I was playing. And I also started playing in a lot of city leagues. So I started playing at this place. It's called Victor. I think it still exists in downtown. But that's where all the dudes went. And I didn't know that until I started playing down there. You started playing against these grown men who had like played in college. There were some pros that would come in there. There was other guys in college. There were just guys from the neighborhood that could still freaking.
They can ball.
Yeah, they can ball.
That guy that's working at UPS can ball.
Hey, look, like, and honestly, like, I'm the only white guy within 8 miles of this place.
Yeah.
But you start to like gain some respect, like when you start going in those places.
That's
like,
always the funniest experience of when you walk into the gym and it's like, all right, you for real.
It's crazy, like it
and
is wild.
You play a couple runs, and it's like,
yeah, dude, it's wild. Like people like look at you, like, but then you start realizing it's like, you start getting to know a lot of these guys, and like you start playing, they start respecting. There's a lot of mutual. You realize that like the sport is what brings it all together.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
No,
like they don't care. You probably cared.
Yeah,
because you were like, whoa, this is way different than what I'm used to, like playing in TR. You go down to some of these places, and it's like, but you realize it's like, that's where you got to go. You want to compete?
You got to go play there.
You got to go play there. And you got to risk getting in fights every time. Every time somebody hard fouls you, you going to stand up for yourself? You going to let somebody punk you out?
You going to take it or what? You're like, yeah.
And I learned a lot from runs like that.
Yeah.
Like, I started to develop mentally.
Yeah.
I kind of always had the tools, but mentally I was very weak.
Yeah.
And so getting in runs like that, like being in some of those tougher environments, you start to develop mentally. You start developing some of that. You get used to the shit talk.
Yeah.
That stuff doesn't start affecting you. You start using it as a weapon. By the end of my career, and even, I'm known to be in a couple of church gyms now where people, I use a lot of that. I use a lot of that mental warfare. Probably the extreme. My wife has threatened to not let my kids come to basketball games before because it got too intense. But like, I started to realize that stuff, like, okay, like I can't jump as high. Like I'm not as fast. I have the talent.
Yeah.
How do you level that playing field?
Yeah. How can I equal this out?
Well, I'm going to start playing that mental warfare now. And
Yeah.
so I can help level some of that by doing that. And, I can get away from you some. Like, you can say some things you regret later. But at the end of the day.
Sam was the same.
Yeah.
Sam and Andrew, they talk.
Yeah, we're going to get to all that too, because
it's funny.
There's my role in the brothers.
Probably.
My role in some of that, and we'll get to that like kind of after, but I take a lot of that like very seriously. Like, you don't hard foul my brothers.
Yeah.
I don't care if we're here, we're playing in Washington, wherever we're playing.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, like, hey, if
We're
you want
here.
to foul Andrew, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if I think that it's like out of line, like
Yeah.
we'll go outside. Like that's my role.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's also like learning how to play on a team. Like, and we can get to that because like my basketball career is interesting because I've been very much a role player to being a star, and then back again.
Yeah, the transition.
It's like my basketball career is much different than like Andrew, who was All-State, Gatorade Player of the Year, like all these things. Like he was the man. Like I wasn't. Like I've been on teams, but I'm not the man.
Yeah.
Like I understand, and I would argue, like Andrew for sure is the best basketball player of all of us, but I would argue that I can impact the team in more ways than he can.
Yeah, having that kind of versatility of knowing.
Because it doesn't matter to me.
Because you can feel the dynamic. You understand, like.
Well, I'll give you 40.
Yeah, you can.
If you need 40,
if you want to go out and be a,
if you need that, I can do that. But I can also score 4.
Yeah, you can step back and set up.
And I can control this.
Yeah.
And I can be the enforcer. Like I can be the guy that does the dirty work. Like I can do all that thing.
Yeah.
So like, and even like Andrew's career in college, like he was very successful, but I think you saw he was the man. He was the man. He was the man. He was the man. And he got to college, and it's like you're going to play a role here.
Yeah.
Now he could have went and played another school and probably been a star if he had went D2.
He would have been a superstar.
He'd have been a superstar, right? And so, but he wouldn't trade his college career, like what it's given him, like what he's been around. And he was a part of great teams, and I think that's so important too. Like, so I come back to NGU.
Yeah, sophomore year.
My sophomore year. I play well. Like I'm definitely in like that top 10, like that top rotation. We suiting up for the first game. This had never been a conversation before. Suiting for the first game, and my coach, Coach Lister, kind of calls me in the office, and he's like, "Hey man, have you ever thought about redshirting?" And I was like, "I have my jersey on.
Yeah.
Warm up, suited up. We're going out here. This is the first game. Like I'm gonna get minutes here.
Ready to go.
Ready to go." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Look, I know that we're about to go out and play this game, but think about it for a minute." He's like, "I think you should redshirt." And I was like, "No, not redshirt. Like I worked on like I built my body up. Like I started to be able to put on some weight. Like I was probably coming back. I was probably winning the college at 190. I was probably 215.
Yeah.
Like I started to like build out. Like you started like, hey, I'm starting to look like these guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, never thought about redshirt. And so he literally goes out, and I just remember sitting in his office for a minute, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna. Like, why would I? And I was like, I can't. To this day, I can't even explain like what all was going through my head. But I just went back to the locker room and took my jersey off, and put my warm-ups back on, and I walked out there.
That's crazy.
And he was like, "You gonna redshirt?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll redshirt." And so I mean, like literally, teammates are like, "What are you doing?" Like,
what's going on?
You hurt? Like, did you hurt yourself walking from here to the locker room? Like, what's going on?
Twist your ankle.
And I was like, "No, I'm a redshirt." And nobody really understood it. I just remember nobody really understanding it. But I remember having conversations with Coach Lister, and I mean, there was definitely some like, I'll be frank, I didn't care about school. I didn't care about class. I mean, by the end, I didn't go to class.
Real. I
didn't care. Like, I didn't care about as long as I stayed eligible.
That's the only baseline.
Yeah. Like, I mean, dude, when I was there, we went to chapel. And, like, you had to go to chapel.
Yeah.
I failed chapel. Twice. All you had to do was sit there.
You just had to go.
You know what I mean? I was just like, I ain't going to that. Like, I'm not saying that's good.
It's not good by any means.
I don't say that on here for, like, anybody to think that's okay. But for me, I just didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care about school.
That's just what your mindset was.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was there to hoop, man, which is stupid, being at a D2. I ain't going to the NBA,
Yeah.
But that's, like, where I was. I just, like, I didn't care. Like, I didn't care about school. Like, and I had teachers that I liked and stuff, but, dude, like, by the end, I wasn't going to class. Like, I would show to class, like, once a week, maybe.
Yeah.
Every other week.
It's like a celeb appearance.
Yeah, I mean, I'd roll in. Like,
in.
people look at me like, I didn't know you were in this class.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not going to be. I'm out of here. But, like,
I won't be here for long.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, I failed freshman experience. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I didn't care. And I made good grades.
Yeah.
Like, in high school, like, I never had a problem.
Yeah.
Like, Spanish was tough. But,
Well,
like,
that's like a regard, but
yeah,
that's besides the point.
forget that.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, like, I never really struggled in school or nothing like that. I never had to study or anything like that. And, you know, I was going to get 3.0, like, somewhere in there. Like, I was going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I just went to college. I didn't give a crap. Did not care. And I stayed eligible. I never went ineligible, but it was probably so I redshirt out of nowhere. That was Paul and them's last year. So there was a couple seniors that
were kind of on their way out.
Yeah, and they were on their way out, and so like I wouldn't have started.
So that year would have been kind of. I mean, you probably would have got maybe more minutes, but not like.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have been playing.
No.
And so we had also just moved into Conference Carolinas.
Okay.
So we had just went NCAA.
Yeah.
And, you know, I look back and say it was a God thing. You know, I'm a Christian, like, and so I say it was a God thing. And there's multiple of these situations in my life. But you know, I look back at it now and like that year probably saved my basketball career. Honestly. Like from just being just a guy that exists on a team to being able to lead a team at some point. Because Coach Lister, even though I was a redshirt, he would let me play in that top like 10. So like I was practicing.
So you were actually getting reps and stuff.
Like there was guys that I was playing over that
were actually
played in games.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's big. I mean, that's big on his part.
Correct.
Because that conversation could have gone many different ways.
Like, there's a lot of guys that would have hit the transfer portal.
Well, you could have spiraled easily. I mean, it could have been, all right, screw this guy. Like, why would you do this?
It was almost like, in the nicest way possible, he told me that I wasn't good enough.
Yeah, it was
like to a point of like, anybody that knows Coach Lister, like, he's a really, really nice guy.
Yeah. Like,
as a coach, like, he don't cuss at players. He doesn't do anything like, even though he probably should sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, he's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
And so I think in a weird way, it was like the nicest way possible of telling me, hey man,
I would wait
like,
a year.
You're almost there, but you're not there yet.
Yeah.
So
you get to go through that year and get like reps, benefits.
I mean, you think about the weight room, like
there's a lot
being
of being
in the system with no pressure.
Yeah.
Knowing I'm not playing.
Yeah.
So if I mess up here, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a freeing experience.
It's a freeing experience.
Right.
And so almost shaking off that, like, I don't really use the word anxiety, but like shaking off that pressure of like, dude, I don't do everything right. Like, I'm going to go sit on the bench again.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it.
It was, you know, I didn't have that. And so I developed a lot. I was still playing with Paul and J. Ray and all these guys that were like Luke Latimer and like all these guys, Boz. I'm just shouting their names out. You have no idea.
You're playing with solid guys. You've got a good group of guys.
They're good, and they've been there for years now. Yeah. Like, they're grown men out here, you know, and able to compete with those guys. Even Chris Dean, who, you know, I'm still friends with now.
Yeah.
Playing with these guys without the pressure of knowing, okay, if I mess up here, that's going to be on film.
Yeah.
That the coaches are watching after that. Oh, I can't trust him in this situation. So I developed a lot that year. So, I mean, go through that year as a redshirt. You know, and it was embarrassing at first because, you know, you're walking around campus and people are like, dude, why are you not playing?
Yeah.
And having to kind of be like, oh, well, I'm on a redshirt as a sophomore.
As
a guy who did get
a couple minutes.
It might have been 3 minutes a game, but I did get a couple minutes
as
a freshman.
Yeah.
You know? I even had one start, but as a freshman, which lasted like 2 minutes. But like, it's like
it counted
until Paul, like, you know, came in and was like, all right, what are we doing here? No, so I mean, that was a pivotal point. In my career. For the first time in, I mean, at that point, probably 3 years, that basketball that didn't have any pressure attached to it. Where I didn't feel any pressure attached to it, and I could develop. I could figure out, okay, who am I?
Yeah.
Like what? How can I contribute? And so, my summer looked the exact same. I got in the gym. We had a couple new coaches come in. Coach Milner, who's still up there, he's like the assistant AD now. And we'd get in the weight room, me and him. We'd work out together, and then I'd shoot or whatever all summer. Kind of that same. Cause in D2, you ain't there. It's a way different than Division One. But just got in the gym, got better. I was able to get stronger. I was able to kind of, I developed a lot by then.
Mm-hmm.
And so we come back. Coach Williams, who coached Case at Anderson, that was his.
Yeah.
He might have been there at the end. I don't remember when they came in exactly. It might have been that redshirt year. Might have been his first. They came in some of them came in halfway through the season. So I know what was then my redshirt sophomore year. Coach Milner and Coach Williams were both there with Coach Lister, and so I came back as a redshirt sophomore. I'm competing to start.
Yeah.
I am, and they were still good players. Like Jamal Pryor, he was a post player. I'm still talking to him on the phone a couple days ago. He was a good player.
But coming off that year, you really actually kind of finally rounded.
Correct. It was hey, all these things have been plaguing me.
Yeah.
I've kind of worked my way through this.
All that potential has kind of buffed its way out.
I know that I can play at this level and be good.
Yeah.
That was kind of my mindset. And so go through all of preseason, thinking, hey, I'm going to get a shot at starting. Don't start the first game.
Yeah.
Okay, how you going to handle it? I was pissed.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember being pissed. That was the first time in my college career where I felt real anger about that. I was like, these MF are disrespecting me.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Right.
I've been working my tail off. I can compete. I should be starting.
Yeah.
So don't play. Don't start the first game. Go to the second game. The guy who started over me, I'm not going to mention names in that respect because they're both good players, and it wasn't that. It was just I felt confident in myself.
Right.
It wasn't anything against
also,
them.
wasn't they chose to.
No, it wasn't anything against them. It was just I felt
I could go.
I should be doing this.
Yeah.
Go to the second game. Don't start again. Dude.
You're a little irate now.
I'm not a crazy angry person. I'm probably more to my dad. I go kind of 0 to 100 pretty quick. There's not a ton of I get really pissed or I'm not at all.
Yeah.
I just remember being fuming, sitting on the bench. I mean, just MFing everybody.
Yeah.
Do not care. Don't talk to me. And I'd get in the game and still be pissed. I was playing. I was still playing 20 minutes a game. Pissed. So then we go up to Barton, which I know that you're kind of probably more familiar with Cases league and stuff. So Barton had won a national championship. They were really good in North Carolina.
Good team.
In Conference Carolinas, they had a couple of really good players.
Okay.
Really good. And I remember we hadn't discussed starting lineups at all. I remember they were putting everybody on the board, and they were like, "Hey, Phillip, you get to start." And I remember walking out and being like, "Oh no." Now I got to put up or shut up, right? Because all that being pissy and acting like a little baby about this, I don't show up now, man. I might never get this opportunity again because that's how it is in college. People understand. There's always somebody coming to replace you.
Yep.
That is the coach's job.
That's what they're doing.
That's what they're doing.
Best people on the floor.
Dude, it's, hey, we're going to recruit guys to come in here and win and replace these guys.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Yeah.
And so I remember thinking my matchup, he's probably arguably the best post player in that league. I forget his name, golly. But he's a lefty, just built like a brick shit house. Wasn't that tall. He's 6'5". he just boarded
Strong.
everything, just mid-range, he just has you. Like, he's
Zach
just
Randolph.
a typical, like, D2,
Yeah.
like, it's like you were too short to play D1
Yeah.
at your position. That's the only reason why you're here.
Yeah.
It ain't a skill thing.
No.
It's you just run 6'8".
Be like that.
Yeah, and so, like, just a double machine.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember being like, oh crap, like, this is not
that.
Like, I would have loved to be playing like a Bob Jones guy right now.
Yeah.
For like your first I'm not throwing
intro.
shade. It's just like that situation where you're like, man, I wish I was throwing
anyone.
I was playing a tomato can right now, but
Yeah.
I knew I'd be good against. So I remember that jump ball goes up. I think I won it. I don't remember. But a couple times up and down, I was a little jittery.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just like, hey, like, you're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I kept thinking. And it just kind of went quiet.
Yeah.
You don't see the fans. You don't see nothing. Like, it's just like,
you
don't even hear anything.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're hearing the calls, you're hearing, the verbiage of where you need to be and stuff like that. And it's just all clicking.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had a double-double. And I'm not saying I had a better game than that guy, but, like,
I was there.
And I remember the coach coming up to me after, he said, hey, man, like, we didn't have you on the scouting report. He's like, you're a good player. And that's what our coach said. And we lost. But, like, we lost by, I think it's less than 10.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember shaking the coach's hand at the very end. And, I mean, this is, Barton had been at the top of this league for a long time. Like, they were always consistently one of the better teams. And he was just like, hey, man, we didn't even know.
You were there.
Yeah. He's like, you're a good player. He's like, you're going to be a good player. And I remember just like that.
That's big.
It just clicked.
Yeah.
Like, the Barton guy didn't know he created a monster.
Yeah. He didn't know it just happened off that one compliment.
No. But he created a monster. So we go back home.
Yeah.
And we played Belmont Abbey was another kid. They had a kid that was averaging like 45. He just home court. Mm-hmm. But, like, dude, like, legitimately in college, like, averaging like a 40 ball, which is crazy.
That's pretty wild.
People don't understand. If you're in college, you average a 40 ball, I don't care what level you play at.
That's pretty
You
great.
get buckets.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And,
I think college is different because you're playing a system. Like, it's a system.
Yes.
Like, it's not all right, freelance.
Correct.
Do whatever. It's, all right, you're playing with what
there you go.
Yeah. So to get 40 takes quite a bit of effort.
It's so like,
not.
And they were a good team. They had like a bunch of good role players. It was just him. But I was one block away from a triple-double. My second game starting.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
I
can do. And the only reason, and I still get mad at like the stats guys because I had like 4 other blocks in that game. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't think they counted one. And then 3 others, like, it was like touch fouls. Like, these guys got touch fouls and they shot it and I would pin it.
Yeah.
And then they get a foul. It's like bullcrap. But, like, I just remember being like one block away from triple goal. I remember like the guy that was like writing stories about team and stuff came up to me after me. He's like, dude, that was crazy. He was like, I've never seen anybody like get. And it's like, it was like a couple of these little things happened where I was like, okay, I belong.
These moments are piling up.
Yeah, this is like.
It's like the exponential curve.
Uncle Mo is starting to, momentum is starting to build. And we were up and down that year. I think we ended up 500. Yeah. Which, I mean, the conference was good. Like,
that's your first year. Like, you have not an underclassmen
correct.
Team, but like
a sophomore but technically,
junior, sophomore junior class.
And so I played. I played really well. I didn't have like crazy stats every game or nothing, but like I played really well.
Yeah.
Like this is my position now.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody's gonna have to come take this from me.
Yeah.
And my teammates still laugh because they always laugh and they'd be like, the only time I'd ever see Phillip dunk was if recruits were in. Like they'd be like, or like, we play with recruits. I always would figure out, okay, like who's potentially, and I'm like, I got that kid.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking, like at that point in my career, I was like, nobody's taking this back from me. Period.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to physically and mentally just destroy you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember just like absolutely like talking about kids' moms, and they're in high school, coming up there, and I'm
And you're
just
dogging them.
just dogging
tearing into them.
And it's like stuff that like I'm not necessarily proud of, but at the time, it's dude, like you realize it's like dog eat dog.
Yeah.
It's like these kids are coming in thinking that they're better than you,
and I'm gonna play. Yeah.
It's like we might be teammates later, and I don't need you thinking I'm better than him.
Yeah.
Like I don't want you ever to think that. I want you to think about like what I thought about Paul.
Yeah.
Like where I was like, oh, I'm not good as Paul.
Yeah.
Like, I just gotta wait till Paul leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just don't want to piss him off.
Yeah.
I don't want him to embarrass me.
Yeah.
So like I remember like I flipped to the other side of that where I'm like,
now I'm the dominant guy.
Yeah, and I'm getting hunted.
Yeah.
I'm not hunting anymore.
No.
I'm getting hunted, like people know. So it's same. I mean, all my off seasons all look the same.
Yeah.
I just was in the gym. That's all I did. Like I wanted to get better shooting the basketball. Like it had kind of moved to that point where there's a lot of like guys stretching. There's a lot of pick and pop stuff.
Open up the floor a lot more.
Yeah, and I started to have like some like nagging injuries, and so I didn't like banging down low like every day.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, like I got to stay healthy. Like how am I going to do that? I started
working on the shot.
Yeah, I started trying to really focus on being able to hit. My goal was I wanted to get into like the mid 30s.
Yeah.
Like percent wise, like I wanted to be somewhere like 34, 35. I knew I was never probably going to be like a 40s guy.
Kept it realistic of like.
But you also got to get a lot of them up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's also true.
And so like I knew like if I could hit a couple of these, my other thought was like they're not going to put their biggest guy on it either.
Yeah.
So if I can stretch the floor, like I'm probably going to get like a forward.
Play that stretch forward.
Yeah, I'm going to get some kid that's like kind of playing out of position here.
Yeah.
And so I came back in as a junior, ready for.
Let's pause real quick for you, junior. Oh, it's freaking me out. Need a tech person. I'm scared one time I'm going to sit down. Well, the first one I did was with my dad.
Yeah.
I haven't posted that, but we sat down. And I didn't know at the time, if you don't have it to where like that screen doesn't turn off, it'll just like, you'll have no video. So I have like audio for like 5 hours, but I have there's no video of it.
Dude, it's that long form though. It's like stuff can just.
It can go wrong at any time, and I'll have no idea. It's just like if it stopped, I don't know, the mic cut out or something. It's like, well, shit.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's like, damn, that blows.
We had a good combo.
Yeah, it's like great conversation. Won't remember it, but hey, whatever, cool.
No man, yeah, I'll try to. I think there's still a lot of the stories. I'll try to speed up a little bit, but yeah.
You're fine to talk about.
So I come back as a junior.
Well, you're junior year, but you're senior.
Correct. I was.
Class.
Yeah. So I was a redshirt.
Redshirt junior.
And I came back that year knowing, hey, I can be one of the better players in this league. Period.
Yeah.
Like I had a lot of confidence. There was nobody really like competing for my. Like I knew. Like I was like, look, it's just more about staying healthy. And so I came into that year knowing, hey, like if I can stay healthy here and I can kind of put in the same amount of work, like there's going to be a lot of things come my way.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a lot of opportunities off of this. And so, I mean, dude, the team didn't have a ton of success that year, but I had a ton.
Yeah.
I mean, I set multiple records that year. Like I set the rebounding per game record multiple times. I had a 38-point game that year. I had a 38-24 rebound game that year.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, like video game. Like
that's pretty crazy.
It's like you're in your own world.
Yeah.
Like that was at Leach McRae up in North Carolina.
Yeah.
That one always sticks out because my team was going to fight for that game because I'm in layup lines minding my business, and their post player, I'm jogging back towards half court, and the dude just throws a elbow like right through my head, like put me on the ground in warm up lines.
Yeah.
And Jai, he's a post player, tries to go after this dude like before the game even starts, and I remember getting up and just looking at him being like, "You're gonna regret that."
Yeah.
Bad. And so I gave this dude like 38, and getting like 20 something. His coach yanks him with like 4 minutes left, and I'm on the court in front of their bench, just dog cussing this dude out. Get tagged, all this stuff, and I'm like, you fucking suck. I was like, dude, had to leave the gym because his coach yanked him. I was like, you suck. I was like, it's just like I own you now. Like all this like
on him.
Like I'm just on him, and that was like one of those times you just black out. I mean, dude, I was just everything went in.
Yeah.
I mean, I could not have been looking, just tossed over my head like it was going. It was nuts. But kind of go through that year. I win a bunch of awards. Just I don't remember if I actually made all of them. I was for sure an all-no, honorable mention, All-American for sure. I should have been all. I don't remember. I don't even have that trophy anymore. But I don't have any of that stuff. But like, if I wasn't All-American, I should have been 100%. I mean, I averaged like 18 and 14. It's like you're putting up.
That's pretty good stats.
It's like 5 blocks a game. Like it was something nuts. Just like this is not repeatable.
Yeah.
And so like I set the season block record, rebound per game record. I set multiple times.
Good year.
Yeah, I mean that was one of the that one game I had like 8 30-point games that year.
Yeah.
Just I mean it was just clicking, man. It's just like I think I shot like 500 free throws that year. It's just like I figured it out. Like I figured out how to
be successful.
I can get my way to the line. Yeah. Like it just all clicked. Like I learned like okay, this is how like good players are supposed to play. This is how you get. I can't explain it. It's hard. Like because my career didn't start that way, but it was like I knew where my spots were. I knew okay, in this play, if I pop here or if I seal here, I'm getting a bucket.
Yeah.
Period. Like those things just start to get very clear.
Yeah.
As opposed to you're trying to search your spots. Mm-hmm. It's like if I can get here in this situation, this is what I'm doing with it.
Well, it's more like the mental and the skill actually finally combine. It's like okay, I see what's going on and I have the ability to make a play when I get to where I need to be.
You're not trying to think basketball. You're just reacting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
and
a different feeling.
It's just a very it's just a clear I don't know. It's just hard to explain. Like it really is. Like it's a
blackout. I mean, you just know what you're in this complete flow state of. I know what I'm doing. I'm not really thinking about it. It's muscle memory.
You just walk into a game knowing, hey, like if I do these things, I'm scoring 20 at least. Yeah. Period. It doesn't matter who's guarding. No matter what they did, they can double. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Like, I mean, my whole college career, I might have shot 2 left-hand layups. It's like, dude, it ain't gonna matter. Yeah. Like, you could take this away.
I'll finish on the other side.
I'm gonna finish. Like, it don't matter. Like, no matter what you do. Yeah. And but I was less concerned about winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
I'm dominating.
I'm in the newspaper. Mm-hmm. Like from North Greenville, like that's tough. Like Greenville News don't write a lot about North Greenville. No, like I had like stuff in the newspaper, like all these things were clicking. Like that's when I also started getting calls from agents because they all thought I was a senior.
Cause they're always trying to reach out.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so I had to be pretty careful. Not that it really mattered in DT. It ain't like the NCAA is like really good to
crowd. I don't know. They'll spend all that money to come after you.
Then especially.
Then at that time.
But so like that was the point where I knew, hey, I'm gonna get a shot here.
Yeah. Opportunities coming my way.
Correct. Like if I don't get hurt, like at that point,
yeah.
Like I'm gonna get a shot to go pro.
Yeah.
But we didn't have a ton of team success. So I have a 20-win season my first year, and then after that we were, so 500, maybe a little better. This league was good.
Yeah.
Man, like there was good teams.
But personally, you're getting. A number of
getting buckets.
You're all around.
I'm the man.
Yeah.
And so, and this is even with Chris Dean, I keep bringing him up because I think it's important. He should also be in the Hall of Fame. The fact that North Greenville had put him in the Hall of Fame is insane.
Make a personal call.
Yeah, if anybody watches this, it's crazy that he's not in the Hall of Fame. I understand why I'm not. Because I didn't graduate. But the fact that he's not is insane. So anyway, so like all those guys that I come in with, and I think Chris Chris and Blake Ferguson, another friend of mine, I think they were the only ones left of the guys that I came with. So they're gone.
Yeah.
And so Coach Williams, who he left there, I think he went back out west, but he came back to Furman, and then he's at Anderson, head coach now. I think he had started to get his stride. Dude's a recruiter.
Yeah.
Listen, if anybody knows Coach Williams, you give that boy a car and a credit card, he'll bring players in here.
We're getting
Like, I don't know how, but they're coming.
Yeah.
So I remember that after that season ended, those last like month or so of school, like there was some guys coming in here that I hadn't like kind of like, why is this guy gonna come here?
Yeah.
Like these guys are good. Like Micah Parker and LaShawn Alexander, you don't know these guys. It's cool to like be able to get their names on something like this. Spencer Reeves, his brother's Austin Reeves, played for the Lakers.
Yeah.
So I played with his older brother.
That's cool.
He's still playing pro in Germany. So we like these guys started to come up and play, and I knew they were signing. I was like, we got a shot. Like,
yeah, we're pretty good.
There's some dogs here.
Yeah.
Like, there's some guys where it's like, okay, I just had this year, and if these other guys come here, I'm not the best player on this team anymore. Are you okay with that? Do you want to win?
Yeah.
Because that's what it's going to take. Because you've proven that, like, you can individually
succeed,
put numbers up, but you didn't really win. And so I remember that summer, I really started working on stretching the floor. I was like, okay, like we got some of these guys coming in at post player. I think I need to move to the 4 permanently to be able to give some of these other guys an opportunity to play. Because if as a D2, all of a sudden we're 6'3" and up at a D2,
there's not going to be many D2s that can compete.
That's a different ball game.
It's wild having your 4 in D2 be 6'7".
Correct. Our point guard was 6'4".
That's
that's
an elite lineup.
Like he's a grown man, looks like James Harden, Corbell. So Coach Williams just found him out of Florida random. I don't even know how he found him. But like, so Spencer comes in. So Spencer was the only true freshman that came in. And I think Spencer's interesting to talk about as some of the other guys. I mean, obviously his brother's in the NBA making $1 bajillion now. But
it's kind of wild how that works. How like the younger brothers do like.
When I tell you, if you looked at Spencer, like if we lined guys up at a church gym right now and Spencer was in that lineup, you would never pick him.
I can believe
never, dude. Like because when he first came in, he was a chunky little white kid.
Well, looking at Austin, well, I know Austin.
He don't look like his brother.
No, but Austin, like even in the NBA, like you look at him, you're like, oh, I wouldn't really expect that. But that dude can freaking ball.
Dog. Dog.
Yeah.
And so we played that first open gym when we came back, and I remember sitting in my dorm with my roommate. His name's Luke Edwards. I'm still really good. I taught him yesterday. I remember looking at him, and we were both sitting there talking about the team. And I'd come off this year where everybody's looking like, dude, this guy averages less than 20. This is a failure.
Yeah.
Like he's the man.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at Luke and saying, if I play like that again, we won't win.
Yeah.
Like I'll have a ton of success, but we're not going to win because you need more than that. So I remember looking at Luke and being like, I got to take a step back and figure out how can I fit inside of this team instead of figuring out how they're going to fit around me.
Yeah.
And so I just, I wasn't point hunting anymore. Like I wasn't. For me, it was more about like, because when I was chasing blocks and stuff, you get in foul trouble and stuff doing that.
Yeah,
like,
if I'm sitting out in the third quarter.
You're going to try to catch every rebound. You getting a couple fouls here and there from stuff. And I remember thinking, okay, like the biggest thing is I got to be able to stay on the court.
Yeah. Because
that's still going to take pressure off these guys because everybody in the league still is looking like, okay, we got to stop this guy.
Yeah.
And so I remember going in and kind of looking in these open gyms being like, we got some dogs. Like, we got guys who can really play. Even guys that aren't playing that can really play. Like Troy Blind, he played for the Globetrotters. He's massive on Instagram now. He's like a legit, like...
Yeah. Basketball influencer.
not even basketball. It's more like health and wellness now. But like we had some guys that could like that any other team they're playing minutes.
So you got 5 guys that can.
I mean, dude, we theoretically we could have went. We probably could have went 10 deep easily. We didn't, but we could have, which is crazy at a D2.
That's
like that doesn't happen most of the time. Mm-hmm. And so I remember we just, the season starts, we're, winning games. We dropped a couple here. We played at Furman, lost when we should have won. That game still burns me out there to this day. I hate that.
Works.
I hate that. There's so many games that I played in that we should have won. And that game, I think about that all the time. Every time I go into that arena. Yeah. I was like, these idiots, dude.
Can't you drop that?
Oh my God, I can't believe we dropped that game. But now, I mean, we kind of go through. We're roughly like third in the league, like all the way through. So King and Mount Olive were both ranked nationally, top 20. I think Mount Olive was ranked top 10 for pretty much the whole year. So we were like kind of all like pretty steadily like third or fourth.
There.
Like we're winning games. We're dropping some to like the best teams, but we're winning. We're competing. It's going well. I mean, dude, we ran 2 plays the whole year. It was just like we just ran a horn set.
Yep.
And we do like I just pop, LaShawn would dive, and we just run off of that. Like, I mean, it was very simple. I remember that year just being like, it was just not complicated. It was just like we're better than a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
Like we're just gonna run the same simple stuff. Like why make it hard?
Yeah.
So we kind of go through and we know we're gonna have a shot. Like it's more so okay. Let's keep everybody healthy.
Yeah.
Let's try to get here into the tournament.
We're just trying to get the postseason.
Yeah. Let's try to make a run here. And so we enter conference. We got Barton, which is crazy because how we finished. I think we finished third, and so Barton finishes fourth. So we played them at home. And they were a good team. We lost to them in the regular season. One of the losses we took. Beat them by like 10. And so the wild part was that we ended up playing King and Mount Olive on our side of the bracket. I'm not even sure how it worked that way because they were both ranked nationally.
Don't know what.
I don't know how this happened. Like, we go to Mount Olive and we play King, who I never won against King my whole career. Not one time. They were just a bunch of dudes in Tennessee, just flamethrowers.
Oh.
Dude, all they did, they full court pressed and they just yanked deep ones. And so, like, I remember we went in there saying, hey, we're going to slow this game down to a crawl. Like, we're going to make them score against us in the half court.
Yeah.
And so we literally, our game plan going in, we did not take a shot over 5 seconds on the shot clock. We would wait till the very end and then get a shot. And it literally limited the possessions.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it slows them down. And we win that game.
Analytics hate that.
Dude, seriously, like it was one of those coaching things where you're like, oh yeah, that is smart.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So we beat them. I'd never beaten them. Never beat them my whole career.
So now you're really pumped up.
We're like, dude, we got a shot. Now you play Mount Olive, and I think they were like 28-1 at the time. But they dropped one game to like a D. They beat a couple D1s that year. Like, just dogs.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of dogs. At Mount Olive is the toughest 8 hours away. It's the worst. So we roll that game, and we were a half-court team. Like, we were big, physical. They were big, physical. They weren't as big as us, but they were, I mean, it was just kind of similar styles. Like, honestly, like, it's kind of like who's going to be tougher.
Who's got the grit?
And this is one of my most proud moments of like my entire career. In that championship game for conference championship, I scored 2 points, and we win that game.
That's a big team success.
The year before that, if I score 2 points in a game, we're losing this game by 30.
Yeah.
And so Spencer Reeves, as a freshman, kid's 18 years old. Nobody in North Greenville history had ever won a conference championship. We were the first ones. Like, nobody even been close.
Yeah.
We're in the championship game. We score. I get a tip in with like 10 seconds left to put us up 2.
Yeah.
That's the only points I scored. They come down, hit just a mid-range, just dagger to tie it up with like 4 seconds. They're full court pressing. Spencer gets it and they foul him with like a second and a half left. And you're like, what? Or maybe it was a couple seconds.
It was
and they foul him.
clutch time.
Clutch time, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody's freaking out.
Yeah.
This dude, I remember kind of walking behind him. He walks up to the court with the ball to the free throw line. He looks at my assistant coach and he goes, "You want me to make one or two?" I was like, "Who is this kid?"
This kid's a dog.
I'm shaking, dude. I'm not even shooting this free throw. He looks dead at him and he's like, "You want me to make one or he was like, you want me to make the first one and miss the second one, or you want me to make both?" And they're like, "Just make both." And he was like, "Cool." Walks up, cans 2 free throws. Put us up 2.
That's the loneliest spot on the world.
Blooded, dude.
Just
I'm
out.
like sweat's dripping off us. I'm shaking, dude, in the middle of the game. I'm not shooting these at all. And literally, he looks over. He's like, I remember he hit the first one, and literally, like the ref bounced the ball. And he looks back. And he's like, "You sure?
Yeah.
You want me to hit this?" And they're like, "Yeah, hit it." Just ice in his veins. And
that is incredible.
Cans it. They inbound the ball. They get it to half court, call timeout. It's like a second and some change left. They run like a backside flare that then he comes back off a rescreen.
Mm-hmm.
He catches it probably volleyball line and lets one go. Air ball. We win. People are going nuts. The first conference championship, like we've been near the conference. We've only been in there 3 years. Nobody in the school had won one, nobody close. So we win. We won the conference championship. Nuts. I got a bunch of pictures. And that was just cool. I had one of the nets still.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I took one of the nets. Lister, they have one at the school, and I have the other one. And I've told Lister this since then, so they know I got one of the nets.
Yeah.
But it felt like, I can't explain it, because it's like I'd been there through all of it.
Yeah.
I'd been there on a team that won 20 games. I'd been on teams that were pretty average, and then I bookended it on another team that won.
Yeah. So you got the real, that's like the real deal of like
you go through it all. Like my college career, I went through it all. Yeah. Like I went from a guy who wasn't playing to an All-American who set multiple records that still stand.
Yeah.
To then back to a role player of like, and now there was a couple games that had 30. Like that, like I was still me.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where it's like I can't be that guy if we're gonna win.
Yeah. If I'm averaging 20, then it's not going to be really.
And so and what I say about being remembered, it's this: is that like I scored 1,000 points in college.
Mm-hmm.
I have multiple records. I have 2 basketballs at my house.
Yeah.
One's a 1,000-point basketball, and one's a basketball where all those guys signed it.
2 very cool things to have.
Very cool things.
Yeah.
But, and this is what I'll tell people, like I went back and spoke to the team before, and I had both of these balls, and I was like, the guy that scored 1,000 points is forgotten. Mm-hmm. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that have scored 1,000 points, and you can't name any of them.
Yeah.
You play here, and you can't name half of them.
Yeah.
They're not remembered. The guy that was on this team, you remember me.
Yeah, got the name on the banner and everything.
I'm on a banner.
Yeah.
I got pictures all over this place, and there's a trophy that you walk by every day that I won.
Yeah.
With these guys,
and
I'm like, this guy's remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think people get lost in that.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, my thing is like winning is worth it. It's worth it.
Winning's always better than.
It's worth it, and it's a lot of pain. It's a lot of, I don't know if I'm doing this the right way. I don't know if being a leader is for me, or how do you lead when you're 21 years old and it's a bunch of other 18 to 21 year olds, and what does that look like? I don't even know what I'm doing in my life.
Yeah.
But winning's worth it.
Yeah.
I should have that tattooed on me, honestly. I got a lot of other stuff.
Well, there you go. Your tattoo idea. You gotta keep collecting them.
Yeah, and it's like that is like stuck with me for the rest of my life. Where it's like the sacrifice, the unknown, the long nights or long days, or doing the things that people don't want to do.
The blood, sweat, and tears
is worth it.
It's worth it.
I didn't win in high school.
Yeah.
I didn't win really anywhere else.
Yeah.
But I have that. Mm-hmm. It's just cool. Like my career up to that point was, dude, it was so up and down. Like it's hard to even like kind of walking back through it like this is always interesting because like I don't think about it in like that wide of a spectrum anymore.
Yeah. But see the life development and all the mentality development. You have the skill and stuff that's improving along the way, but the mindset's really what
the mind is because it's
was
all
the massive part of it.
Yeah, and I probably like piss people off now because like a lot of times like I think most of our life revolves around what is your mindset. Like, do you want to get out there and really get after it, or are you going to have like a victim mentality?
Well, like, how long can you sit there and suffer through it? Like,
right.
How long are you willing to take?
What is your ability to
suffer? The discomfort, all the steps that lead up to eventually. And I think the other thing is you might not succeed. There's a chance you just flat out fail.
There's a higher chance that you're going to fail.
So you might just be sitting there trying to figure it out, and he just doesn't.
There's a way higher chance that you're going to fail.
Yeah. And so I think that's the like unsettling part of like, there's no guarantee if you put in those hours and that time that it works out for you. No, might not. But what if you don't? What if you just give up?
It's like I always think about it now. It's like if I didn't win that. I mean, like we went to the NCAA tournament. Like that was cool. Yeah. We got donkeyed by like a Memorial. That's a story for another day. Which they were basically D1. Yeah. I mean, but no, but like I look back at those moments and like how it's shaped even my life since then, and like how I view the world. Like how it's like I don't make excuses for things. Yeah. Now because of those times I went through, it's like I could have easily made excuses. I could have transferred. I could have went somewhere else.
Could have done anything.
I could have ran, and I didn't. I stuck it out. And that happened because of it. It's pretty cool, man. Like it really is. Like you take those, you realize those lessons stay with you a long time.
Yeah, those are the parts that stick with you. Yeah. Well, you also the other interesting part of this is at that time. Then now, do agents you win the conference?
Yeah, I knew I was going pro.
You knew like right.
I knew I was going to get offered, so it happened pretty quick for me. Like Paul had been playing pro at that point for a long time, and so his agent reached out, and we kind of started. He started shopping deals. A couple of different ones. Like I got like Luxembourg, a couple other countries, but I got an offer in Switzerland, which I thought was pretty cool. Like in Geneva. Cool. And so I signed that contract. Those whole situations are wild too, because it's like you never met the coach, you never like. It's not like you can go visit. Yeah. It's like literally like you sign the contract, like, they send you a ticket, you go and play.
How those contracts like? Is it like the NBA in a sense of like they're paying for you to like your food and
so like
stuff, or is it like
for me like I won't get like
I don't need like
100% of the numbers, but like
is it the same?
Yeah, so structurally,
like,
so
they're taking care of you.
And I also want to like make this very clear, like I didn't play in like the Euro League. Okay, so like there's levels to this.
Yeah, there's levels to all of this.
There's levels to this.
Yeah.
But still, I signed a very good contract for like somebody coming out of D2. Like most of the guys I was playing against were D1 guys. I'll say that. So like at the level I went, there was not a lot of guys like me.
It was the maximum you could.
Correct. There was guys coming from like Power Fives.
Yeah.
That I was playing against. Now you're also playing against not guys from Power, like local guys that were not. But they were filling teams out. You were playing at least one or two guys that were Division I players.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like really getting after it.
Yeah.
And so my deal, I signed a 9-month deal. Mm-hmm. I got an apartment, a car, and my meals all paid for. And they literally would pay me cash every month.
That's
like
so
in an envelope.
That's so funny too.
So they literally give it to you.
They give you just bundle.
Literally, like it's in an envelope, and they'd be like, "Here you go." I would take that back to my apartment and hide it.
Yeah.
Well, I would go to like a Western Union. I would or I'd go to money exchange, and I would, depending on where the market was, because like I got paid in francs, which is Swiss francs, a very strong currency.
Yeah.
Depending on how it was with the dollar, I could like transfer it between and actually gain. It wasn't a ton, but you make a few extra $100 here and there. You know what I mean? Like depending on how you transfer it in and out.
What was that like moving like overseas
Crazy.
at 22,
Dude,
20,
crazy.
22 probably?
It's
And
insane.
it's just like, all right, whole different country.
Oh, dude,
whole
I
different
literally
vibe,
remember boarding the plane at GSP, and it's like, I don't know
where I'm going.
where I'm going.
And if I get over there, getting home is a challenge.
Oh, dude, and it's like,
It's not like I'm down in, Utah and I can drive back home.
and so it gets crazy. Like, my first year pro was crazy. And so, like, I get over there, never met the coach before, picks me at the airport. There you go. I'm just tripping balls because, it's middle of the night. My time-wise, it's all weird.
Yeah.
So I get there, he picks me up, takes me to my apartment. He's like, hey, we got practice in 3 hours. I'm going to come pick you up and take you to the gym the first few times just so you get used to it. Because you got to understand, like, you're not the first American they've dealt with.
Yeah.
So, like, for you, this is new. For them, it's just business.
They see how this goes.
Yeah. And so I just remember, like, trying to get a little bit of sleep, wake up, go to practice. First time I met my teammates, like, half of them, like, a couple of them spoke English. So Switzerland's interesting. So a lot of people speak English to some degree, but then it's also German, and it's also people speak Italian, depending on what part of the country you're in.
So fun.
So it's a small country, but literally,
Yeah,
guys that I was around, they wouldn't understand what some of the other teams were speaking because they didn't know German.
Yeah.
So like a lot of my teammates spoke French, but then we'd go to different parts of the country potentially, and if you're still in Switzerland, they don't even know what they're saying.
No.
Which is crazy. It's like if you think about it, because that's how I would get cues. Like from my teammates, I'd be like, hey, what are they saying?
Yeah.
I'd be in huddle, being like, hey man, like, what are they saying? Like, what are they trying? And they would like, okay, they're gonna do this, 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 and this. Like, blah blah blah. This is what this. And by the time near the end, like you kind of start picking up some of that vernacular.
Yeah, some of the words you're starting to understand.
You understand when somebody's yelling scream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you finally get it after you get blindsided by like 3 screens.
Yeah, by the time you get like 3 concussions, you kind of understand.
That might mean scream.
Yeah, this guy's coming. Yeah. He's headhunting me right now. Yeah. But no, so like, it was like, we're doing 3 days, which is crazy. Like you come from like U.S. where like we don't really do that. You have like a shoot around, like a shooting practice. You come and go, full speed.
Yeah.
The worst part about it to me was that we only played once a week.
Huh.
So they only played on Saturdays.
That's kind of interesting.
So, depending on the league, there's leagues where they're playing 3 games a week. So that's also why the season was so long. It's a 9-month season.
Because you're playing 1 game a week. It'll take a while.
I will say this. I did not assimilate well. It was tough for me. Like, I got very reclusive.
Well, it's probably very hard because, like, your teammates, but
you
can't really necessarily speak to anyone else. Like, they don't know English.
Yeah, and the only guy I hung out with, his name was Cedric. He was actually older. He was upper 30s, closing in on 40. He was a teammate.
Wow.
You're still young. Now you have grown men that you're playing with. He's from the Congo originally. Wow. That was like my best friend over there. Like, I was either at his apartment or he was at mine.
That's wild.
Like, we just went to practice together. We'd share dinner together, like, almost every night.
Yeah.
And he actually lived a decent distance from me, more in the city. I was kind of more outside Geneva. But dude, we just hung out all the time, and he spoke really good English. And he was a vet, real vet.
Yeah.
Like,
real
that.
Took you under your wing.
Yeah, he was a real vet.
Yeah.
So I would kind of work out with him, and he probably kept me sane, honestly. But it's a long time. 9 months is a long time.
Not much by yourself, so it's a pretty long time.
So the crazy part is I get deported my first year. So the team had tried to like not pay the taxes on me for like the workers stuff.
For coming over.
Yeah, they never registered me. Because you're working.
Yeah.
And so they never went through all that. And so in the middle of a practice, like the coach pulls me and he pulls Cedric, and he takes me back to the locker room and he's like, hey man, you gotta leave the country. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, so the club didn't, fill out all the required stuff and you gotta leave for a month and then we bring you back. And so you're just like, what? And so they paid me a little extra money for the inconvenience.
Yeah.
And they paid for my plane ticket.
Yeah.
Because normally they only do one there and back. So like I would fly home. I flew home. I was
Well,
gonna
you
fly home
took
for
an
Christmas
extra
anyway.
trip, yeah.
And it's because they give it like we had like I think 3 weeks off for Christmas, and so
The European work.
yeah. And so I mean, a lot of those guys would still practice. Like I missed like the last practice for the Christmas thing, and I missed the first one back. But I was like, dude, I went home. Like,
Yeah.
and so I went home. But so they paid for that. And so I get deported. And I get like held at the airport, like I'm trying to leave.
Yeah.
Because they basically say you got 24 hours to get out. So I hear all this like deporting stuff now. With all the immigration stuff. Like, I've been deported.
I know the feeling.
It sucks. So dude, I'm sitting. So I try to get out. Like I give the guy my visa at the airport.
Yeah.
And dude, customs hits me. It takes me into a room.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Why were you in the country that I was telling?" I was like, "Look, man, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know they filled out blood." So, dude, I almost missed my flight.
Yeah.
Like, they held me in there for a while, and I was like, "Look, I promise, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
So let me get out of here."
I'm at the terminal for a reason, guys.
And so, like, I leave, and so I'm in constant communication with the club or whatever. So I was playing well.
Yeah.
I was averaging like 24 and like 14. Like,
doing good.
Yeah, it was getting.
Just don't know what anyone's saying, but
buckets, even like against all these like guys that were from bigger schools than me.
Yeah.
And so I remember just like, hey, I need to see that this paperwork is signed before I get back on this plane, because I knew I was going to get messed up in customs again coming back in.
Yeah.
And so they finally sent proof that they like done it all. Like my agent was like checking it and all that stuff. And so I was like, all right, I'll come back. And so get back on a plane like after Christmas, go back, and I get hemmed up in customs again. And dude, because it's like like you get like red stickered basically, like you're on their radar now.
You're
coming
tagged.
in. Yeah, you're tatted. Like they know. And so I'm trying to explain and they're all speaking French. They know a little bit of English, so then you're waiting for like somebody to come in there that knows, and like I have the paper that's saying I'm good, but it's like I can't explain why it's saying I'm good. And it's like the club had said they took care of it, blah, blah. Anyway, and they did, technically.
Yeah.
Anyway, I finally get back in, kind of business as usual. We go play. And I'll come back. And I'll tell people this about like playing pro is you never really experience pressure until then. The first game I played, we played a friendly match. I've been in country like a week. So I had like 5 practices or something under my belt. We go to France to play a friendly match against a team over there. We walk in the gym, and it's this big African dude. And I say African, that's where he's from.
Yeah.
And the coach, I'm sitting there tying my shoes, and the coach comes sit beside me. He's like, "Hey, see that guy over there?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "We almost signed him instead of you." He's like, "If you don't outscore him, we're sending you home." And he's being dead serious. I laughed because I think he's joking. He's like, "Nah, like we'll pay your fee. You go home." And I was like, wow. That was my first introduction to that.
Yeah.
And so I ended up having 24 and he had 22.
Worked out.
I remember that to this day.
Yep.
Like being like, I don't care if we win. I don't care if we lose. I got outscored. So like that whole time in my head, I'm like counting how many he's got. I'm counting how many I got.
I'm just trying to get some. I just need 1 point.
So like this time's going down. I know I'm up 2.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the score was in the game. But like I remember I'm up 2 and like I'm like denying this cat. Just like
he's
just
not
don't
getting
let
the ball.
don't let it
I don't care. He is not getting it. He's not getting it straight up. Talk about a hard foul.
Oh dude,
he's
like,
not getting easy shot.
No, yeah, dude, I'm gonna tear this guy's arm off if he catches it. But no, like so we got all the way to the finals. That's the first time the club had been in the finals in a long time. I played really well. Cedric played really well. We had a couple other guys that like played well. And we lose in the finals, but nobody thought we were supposed to be there. It was like one of those situations where like they were, they hadn't won anything in a long time.
Yeah,
it was like
made the run.
Yeah, we made a run, and so I kind of submitted myself like in that area, like, hey, this guy can play.
Yeah.
The biggest mistake I made from my pro career, I believe, is that I re-signed with that club. I should have went into the market
and see what happens.
Yeah, I signed pretty quick.
I mean, it's also tough. Like, I mean, they're offering you, money, and then it's like, all right, we had success.
And I was comfortable there. Yeah. Like, I knew it was going to be my same apartment, same situation. I knew it was safe. because there was been a couple of
Nuances.
terror attacks in France while I was there, where like borders were getting shut down and stuff, and like, but none of that happened where I was, and so I knew it was
Fortunately,
safe.
it's not too bad.
Yeah, like I was like, yeah, it's not bad. You know, it's a
Yeah.
rich country too.
Yeah.
It's very, very
nice
wealthy.
place.
And so I knew, I was like, okay, like I could come back here, and I knew I'd have success. So I went back. Kind of same old, same old. I was playing really well. You know, I knew I was going to be fine. Like I knew the team. It was a lot of my same teammates. They had signed a couple of new guys, and some guys had left, but for the most part, the same. Cedric was still there.
Overall team still the same.
Yeah, me and my boys at that point. Like, you know, we just hung out together all the time. And so, go to Christmas. I go home for Christmas, and I met my wife now.
Yeah.
Who I grew up with. Her name's Lauren.
Yeah.
So
I
met her like when we were like 7 years old. So we never dated or anything. I just knew her, and so we randomly were at the same like Christmas party together, and we started talking, and that moved pretty quick. Like at that point, like I talked to a lot of girls up to that point, but I didn't really date.
Yeah,
a ton of girls.
Sure, the classic bachelor lifestyle.
Yeah, I did not have a problem with female department. That was not a struggle that I had. But I was never like super serious with any of them either. It was very much like
there wasn't
a week here, 2 weeks there.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't like I was just dumping up. They realized, like, I feel like
this
girls realized pretty quick, like, this guy's probably not the long term. But at that point, I had kind of gotten done with a lot of that. And so I was kind of looking for something more serious. And I was 25 or so.
Yeah.
And so me and her got together, and we started talking seriously, like even in those short couple of weeks. And I went back over, and you know, at that point, I told her like we're gonna get married. Like you kind of know.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick. Like I knew her too. It wasn't like it was just some random. Like I knew her.
Yeah.
And so I remember playing that season and the rest of that year and realizing, okay, like if I'm going to continue doing this, like I got to figure out, can she come with me in the right situation? Because like, dude, that's a long time.
To be 9 months apart.
Yeah, and it ain't like you're in the same country.
No.
You ain't getting on a plane.
Driving down for the weekend.
Correct. Like there's none of that.
Yeah.
And so I played well again. We didn't have a ton of stats, but I had the same like stats and stuff. So I knew, hey, I'm gonna get some opportunities. And so I go home for that summer, and all I'm doing is ball, and then me and her are hanging out. We were planning on getting married anyway that summer. It was pretty quick.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm trying to make sure this is like the right. I had like 10 contracts on the table that summer, multiple countries. Russia, Luxembourg, Italy, France, Germany.
Russia would be a tough one to go.
Even Canada. I had one in Great Britain too.
Pretty cool spots.
Yeah, like there was, you know, I played well, like I was gonna get opportunities, and I remember like I was just very adamant to my agent, was like, okay, like I'm not gonna sign if they're not willing to bring her, let her come with me.
Yeah.
Which like a lot of, and this is the interesting part of the whole business side of it, is like if you're a good enough player, they'll make some concessions for you.
They'll make things happen.
What I realized really quick was I wasn't that good of a player, apparently.
I wasn't in the tier 1.
Correct. And so, which again, like, and to be honest, like I started to get burned out. It was harder to go into the gym. I had some like nagging injuries that is starting to kind of like, I couldn't get them figured out. Like, cause you're just so fast paced. You're there for 9 months, you're back. You got to work out. If I lose shape, I'm going back. I'm walking back into a buzzsaw. Like there's some stuff that
you just have to deal with.
Yeah, I was getting burned out.
Eventually, it's not worth.
It was less enjoyable for me to go into the gym and like work on my game.
Yeah. Like
physically, I was in the best shape of my life. Like I played in college at like 245. I had gotten back down to like 215. Like I mean, I was lean, dude. I I mean, I was a deer.
Yeah.
You know, like literally, like, you know, I'd gone from like kind of a bull in a china shop to all of a sudden, like I was lean, I could guard multiple positions. I never got tired. Like I was in really, really good shape. And I just remember just being like, okay, like if I'm gonna commit to my wife, I can't just leave her here. And I was still having some talks, and then she got pregnant, and that kind of
answered the.
So I can't leave both of them.
Yeah.
You know, and so I just stopped responding. My agent would like send me stuff, and I just stopped responding. And he sent me stuff for a few months, and then he just kind of got on the phone. He's like, "Hey man, like, do you still want to do this?" And I hadn't really told anybody at that point. Like, I was just like, "No, I'm done."
Yeah.
You know, and that was it.
No,
I never heard from him again.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of just closed, just dramatically, boom, shut. And that was the last time like I played like competitively. I would say like I don't really count like playing in leagues like competitively, but like at that level, like or for money. I played some money tournaments since then, but like, yeah, it was just like kind of an abrupt, just like, but I was at peace with it. Like I didn't like, I haven't thought about it since and been like, oh man, I wish I would have kept going. Yeah, I haven't thought about it like that. Like, I got to see a lot. I got to experience a lot. I got to get paid to hoop, which most people don't get.
Most people don't ever get that.
You know.
But I mean, you got to go to Europe, and I imagine you probably got to go to see some places over there. I think.
No,
I mean, I
cool,
think it's all worth it, and it's.
Oh yeah, I would not trade it for the world. It also gives me like the ability to like speak into some people here and there. You know, like I lived it. Like, you know, I wasn't like a star like in EuroLeague playing in front of tens of thousands of people, but like from where I started where I finished, I went above what I think anybody would have thought I would have been able to accomplish. In basketball, and I was successful. So yeah, I mean that was kind of that journey, man. Like that basketball.
That's such a wild. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to have an ending. It's also good to have the mindset of like being at peace with your decisions.
Yeah.
So a lot of times that'd be hard. I mean, you can see that like tearing up inside, like, oh, what if I did the ifs?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. It's nice to be at peace with it.
Yeah, I never like. You know, people say the ball stops bouncing, and like that's true, 100%. But I also think it helped that I kind of went out on my own terms too. It wasn't like I was sitting there begging for a contract and nothing came.
Yeah.
It was more so like, hey, you can sign this right now and get on a plane in a week.
Yeah.
But I had my demands. It wasn't
I have life
reciprocated, and okay, cool. We can't get to an agreement. That's fine. That's business.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's business at the end of the day.
Right.
It waits for no man, and if you think, let's go to the next guy.
Yeah, they'll find someone.
That's life.
Yeah.
You got all these guys coming out every year. You want to talk about getting hunted? Go play pro.
Yeah. That's probably a whole.
Go play pro, dude. You were getting hunted.
Yeah. That's probably why you can imagine like guys in the NBA, why it's just like somewhere just like it's terrible. Like getting burnt out so easily.
Dude, I mean it's insane.
I mean that's a whole nother. I mean it's like all right, you have what like 300 guys. Yeah. And it's like that's it.
Yeah.
Anyone could come take outside of like 10.
And I think also like that life's hard.
Yeah.
Like think about like even LeBron, right? Yeah. Like, hey, guess what? He's still beholden to where this team wants him to go. Mm-hmm. He's still in a hotel 1,000 miles away from his home. He's got $1 billion in the bank. Yep. Hey, if you want to play, you're going to go on this road trip.
Yeah.
Period. Now, pretty good trade, probably. You know, there's a lot of people that make that trade.
Probably.
But it's still like, even for guys like that, I mean, it's still, they're obviously traveling in better style. Like, it's a little more glamorous, obviously.
It's a little more glamorous,
the same thing.
But the loneliness factor is still there.
They still sign a contract.
Yep.
They're beholden to whatever they signed.
It just makes more sense when you hear about it, why guys, it's like, why didn't that guy pan out? Yeah. And it's like, all right, there's a lot more reasons behind this.
Dude, playing pro in Europe is all mental.
Yeah.
It's all mental. Mm-hmm. There's so many guys that are talented. But, like, there's few guys that can mention. Like, I've always said this, like, if you meet a guy who's played pro for more than 5 years, he is he's got concrete around his brain. Like he is as mentally strong as anybody you'll ever meet. Because if you can make that, if you can survive that, under that kind of pressure and stress all the time and living away from all your family and all that stuff for that many years, you're a dog.
You're pretty good. Like, you're pretty locked in, dude. You're pretty dialed
in. You're so locked in. And I just don't think there's a lot of humans that can do that.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I mean, that's tough. That's a very tough transition.
It's. I mean, you go from just hanging out with your boys in college all day, every day to you don't know anybody.
I don't have anyone to talk to. Can't really.
It's all the time difference, so you can't call people. Like in the daytime, they're sleeping.
Yeah.
So like you have like a window, a few hours, kind of where it doesn't crisscross. You know? So.
Yeah, interesting experience.
Yeah, man.
But I think that makes it kind of now to the interesting, more different phase of your life now. Becoming a dad, and now you started. Did you and Adam started? Or,
yeah, so me and Adam started Bits Marine. So I had always been around like blue collar work. So
well, Rex probably put you all to work at a pretty young age.
I mean, it was basically child slavery, but we won't talk about that. But like my dad never called anybody to fix stuff for him. Like it was all like just around that. He works in more commercial construction, and so we're around that. My Adam has been in residential construction for years now at this point. So I come back. I kind of bounced around. I kind of floated for a minute. I had some money in the bank. I kind of floated. I started working for a couple of guys in TR at Verizon. Realized that wasn't for me. I got the opportunity from. I don't remember who told me about it. They're basically Grace Church is a big church in the upstate. So there's like 9 campuses total or something like that. They're on Pelham Road.
They're all up
there. Yeah, TR now and stuff. And so I knew I kind of wanted to move towards back kind of towards like the blue collar work. I was good at it. I just remodeled my own home. From start to finish. Plumbing, electrical, all that stuff. Like I've just been around.
Whole 9 yards.
Yeah, I knew what I was doing. Kinda. My dad helped a lot, but
shout out Rex.
Yeah, shout out Rex. But so I started over there doing a lot of like the facility maintenance for them.
Okay.
And so they would, I guess my role tech was like technician. So I basically had a boss there, and they would, whatever problem kind of arose, we'd go fix it at the multiple places. So by the time I left there, I worked my way. I was director of facilities. Okay. So I had everybody working for me by the end, and so I was. There's about 24 buildings total. Across the whole upstate, and so we were managing all that, or I was managing all that, and kind of putting guys in Southern and whatever else. And then I kind of started. I always did like kind of side stuff, like projects and stuff. But I knew that kind of commercial like facilities maintenance is hard. Like it's an interesting like little caveat in the construction space, because it's like a lot of times these places don't need guys full time, but they need guys when they call. And so I started, and I would use some of my guys occasionally, but I started doing the same thing for other businesses, kind of on the side. So like, business needed this or that, I knew the guys to kind of plug in, or I would go over there and do it, or whatever, kind of around kind of my normal schedule, because I had a decent amount of freedom, like in my role. So I was able, and I was always all over the place. So I started doing some stuff for Foster Victor Wealth Advisors there downtown. Andrew was working for him. So they always had like some stuff around the office that they needed like repaired or fixed or whatever. And so I was doing this for some other people too, but I started doing some things for there, and like did some stuff with some of my guys and kind of fixed some stuff. And Paul, who's one of the principals there, and Kylie and Rob, they're all principals. I think at some point Paul's just like, he's talking to Andrew, he's like, why does your brother like work for somebody else? Like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
Like,
What's the point?
he's obviously like he knows what he's doing. Like, why does he work for somebody else? And you know, the hard part is like the church really took care of me. Like, I was making good money.
Yeah.
I had freedom. I had a truck. Like retirement. Like all these things. Like
Yeah.
you know, between that and other stuff I was doing, I was making
Good
six
money.
figures. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it was
It's like,
good money.
why?
Like in the blue collar world, if you're making six figures,
You're making 6 figures anywhere you're doing.
there ain't a lot of people doing that
Yeah.
in that space. I was making good money, and it was easy. It had gotten to a point where it was easy. Like I knew everybody knew who I was. It wasn't like that complicated.
Yeah.
And so I think they had reached out to Adam because I think Adam at that point he was working for a luxury remodel. They were small, but they were doing like high end remodel.
Yeah.
And so I think he had started to think about starting his own thing. And so I think Andrew was like, yeah, I think Adam's been
a meeting of the minds.
Yeah,
almost.
thinking about like those guys down there. I mean, they're on it. Like those guys are world beaters. Like they are. You know, they're out here getting after it. You know, all those guys down there. They're not resting on their laurels. It's constantly, what's the next thing? Like, what's the next thing that we can go conquer? That's just how they are. Paul's a super competitive person. Like if you know, I don't want to put like too much of his business out there. But I mean, just super competitive.
Yeah.
Like he's another one of those guys. Like back in the old days, he'd be like a toe of the hunt. You know, like you're taking over. Like you're not here to.
Yeah.
You ain't here to just like exist.
Yeah.
Like you're put on this earth to like create and take over industry. And so Kylie, who she runs Foster Victor, she's the same way. Like just a go-getter. Rob as well.
Just after it.
There's after.
Yeah.
They just get after it. You know, they could easily just like
sit back
and
rest on what they've done.
Easily.
They keep going.
Easily.
Yeah.
And so you get around some of those people, and we're in meetings with them, like as we're leading up, and so I really didn't have any intention of leaving. I was comfortable, like I was making good money.
I'm chilling.
Yeah. Like I had just gotten to this point where like I was, I'd slowly been climbing the ladder over there. Now there was nowhere else for me to go.
Yeah, I was capped.
But like they took care of me. Yeah. Like they took care of me. Like anything I ever asked them, I didn't even go to church there. I was just working for them. Which is crazy. And the grace thing is a whole other. It's massive as well. But it's a whole other side that I was working on. But Adam calls me, and I had just gotten a raise, like a really good. Like I was
happy.
I was like, dude, I'm feeling great right now. It's like, what boat are we about to go? Like,
let's go get
I'm thinking about like selling my house and going to buy another house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that kind of situation. My brother goes, hey man, let's do it. I was like, dude, what? And he was like, dude, let's start our own company. I'm like, what? I was like, dude, they just took care of me.
Yeah.
Like I basically was in a meeting a week ago that was like, I'm probably not leaving here.
Yeah.
Just because what I was making with them, what I was making on the side, like,
I'm good.
Yeah. Like, and so we talked, and it was one of those things where it's like, that's my guy. Like, it got pretty quick. I was like, all right, like if you're gonna go, I'll go.
Yeah.
And so we started talking. We were in a bunch of meetings with all those guys down there, and they were like, hey, look, like we'll help, like kind of push y'all. Like, if we got clients that need stuff, we'll shout your name out and stuff. You kind of get, some good stuff. And
it's such a cool relationship to have. Of like getting to know, like from like the spread that y'all have as like a family. Like you have Andrew over there who's like been working there, and then you get the interest. Like
you get in rooms with people, you have no business being in a room with.
Yeah.
Like those people should not know I exist.
Yeah.
Like they're the real deal.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's cool.
Like it's crazy.
Out.
Like it really is. Like I can remember being in some meetings with them, and like, how did I end up here? Like I should not be in this meeting right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I have no business.
Like these people actually know what they're doing. Like I have no clue what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I still don't. But I mean, dude, it was terrifying. First off.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
It's like, like I think people and again, there's people that've been in business way longer than I've been alive, so I don't know everything about that.
From your experience,
From my experience, like it is terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like every week there's something, but the ability to know that like, hey, this goes as far as we push it, and we could still fail tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like that's always out there.
Yeah.
It's like this is not guaranteed. Like like when you're just getting a check from somebody, you think that's guaranteed, but you don't realize that the person at the top of that is feeling the same thing that I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Now they might be ultimately by the time you get to that level, you might be at $1 billion somewhere.
Yeah.
But you're still responsible
mm-hmm.
for like all that. It's a much bigger situation than what I'm doing, but like in like retrospect, it's kind of the same, roughly the same thing, ish. But I mean, we didn't know what we were doing at all. Because like you're coming from that point where we're just doing the work.
Well, that's the hard part of like this whole time you've been working under like you're at the top of the director.
Well, it's easy.
But it's like, all right, like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's very like my world is very small.
Yeah,
like in the grand scheme of it all, it's like I don't have to worry about these other things. Like I don't got to worry about invoicing or hey, did this job get done? Hey, how am I going to go look at this job? And I got to estimate this job, and I'm still doing some of the work and all these things. Taxes.
Competition, even. I mean, you're looking at like, all right, well, I'm looking at my 20 facilities, and
that's it.
That's all I.
Dude, every job I've been now, I bid against somebody.
Yeah,
every job. Like you're in competition constantly,
mm-hmm.
and it's you win some, you lose some, you think you have some in the bag, and you don't. Like I've had a couple of those experiences recently.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars worth of jobs.
Yeah.
Ultimately, and it's like you lose them at the end. You're like, what? How did I lose that? Like, I did everything that I could.
Yeah.
But dude, owning a business is insane. I'll say that. Like, it's I've been blessed. And honestly, like the church that I go to now, I floated a long time in terms of like that. Kind of going to church and stuff. But like, I have like a good community of some guys now,
mm-hmm.
and a lot of them are business owners, and it's been cool to like be able to sit, and they're many steps ahead of me.
Yeah,
they're in their 40s.
Yeah,
they're 50. Like they've been
cemented
where I'm at. Yeah, and they and so it's been cool to like talk to guys like that, and
right.
Hey man, like am I just effing this? Like what am I doing?
Yeah. Like
what do I need to be worried about? Like all these things, and so. Owning a business is crazy. It's interesting, like owning it with your brother, because it's like we're very similar, but we're not too.
Yeah.
And so you deal with sometimes you think that hey, he's thinking about this the same way I am, and he's not.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you don't have those conversations.
Yeah.
Between each other, and it's like all of a sudden every once in a while you got to plug right and be like, okay, how exactly are you feeling about this right now?
Yeah.
Because I'm just assuming you're feeling about this the same way I am.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. Like, hey, are we billing enough? Or are we not? Or what's going on? And so...
you're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you're just trying to figure it out.
It's yeah, I can imagine that of like you kind of think you get on the same page, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, actually, I was complete 180 on that.
Yeah, and it's like, it's an interesting... And again, like it's my brother's, man. Like
Yeah. Do you think that's made you? I know you and Adam are kind of already closer. Do you think that's really like brought y'all together even more, like to another degree, or is this kind of already?
Yeah,
that relationship is already.
Dude, I had a big moment. It's probably how many years ago now? Probably I think it's like 3 years ago now at this point. So there was I'm not gonna go into like crazy detail about this because it's just a bunch of stuff, but my wife's family had a massive thing happen, not good.
Mm-hmm.
Her family got splintered really bad.
Yeah.
Still to this day, and I remember calling each of my brothers and saying, "Hey, we basically had to go move somebody out of the house." I remember calling them and being, "Hey man, I can't tell you why. I can't give you details. I just need to know if you'll show up at this address at this time."
Yeah.
And every single one of them was like, "Cool."
Yeah. That's a cool thing to have.
All of them.
Yeah.
None of them asked me why.
Yeah.
None of them asked me what's going on. They were just like, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be there. They showed up. We did what we needed to do. We rolled out of there, and they never asked me why.
Yeah.
And they know now.
Sure.
But like in the moment, it was like, look, like this
Time
is
this
very
need to happen.
like you realize that like I think it goes back to like I know like I've taught a lot about myself, but like I'm not who I am without my brothers either.
There's a real foundation to everything that kind of built off of.
And it's like, dude, you realize in your life you have like foxhole people.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's people that I don't got to give them a bunch of detail. I don't got to explain this to them.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna be there.
Yeah.
It's the same way. It's like, dude, like when and I haven't played basketball in a while just because I got an injury and some other stuff. But you know, it's like the same way where like we'd be playing in leagues and people don't understand. Well, why do you get almost violent if somebody fouls Sam hard? And it's like you don't understand.
Yeah.
Like if Sam can't count on me and I can't count on Sam, who can I count on?
Right.
You know, it's like I don't care if he's right.
Yeah.
I don't care. Yeah. He's probably wrong. He probably said something to you that I'm probably going to talk to him after and be like, hey, dude, you can't say that. But I'm not telling you that.
Yeah.
We'll figure this out after.
Yeah.
I'll deal with him later.
Yeah.
But like, and it's all of them are that way.
Yeah.
You go back to like multiple like positions on a team. Like when we were playing a lot and there's like this league in Green, like they call it the KST league. Like there's a bunch of like college guys, a bunch of pros and all this stuff. Like people were like, well, why do you get like so like almost violent? Like it's like because like you're not gonna hard foul Andrew.
Yeah. You're
not
like, gonna take him
he's
out.
The star.
Yeah.
Like he's the man. I'm gonna protect him.
Yeah.
He ain't gotta fight you. I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah.
You know, like straight up. Like period. I don't care what he said about your mom.
Yeah.
Like that don't affect me at all.
Yeah.
But if you go after him, you're gonna have to go after me too.
Yeah.
It's like he ain't gonna have to fight you. Like it's the same thing with Sam. It's like Sam stood up for me before. For anybody that noticed, Sam's the smallest one.
Sam is the run.
He's the run.
To Sam's credit, he's like 6'1".
He's not a little guy.
He's not small.
But when he's around us, he's a little guy.
All y'all are like 6'.
Hey, I'll tell you this: Sam will fight first.
Yeah.
Sam will throw punches. Like he ain't scared.
Yeah.
Like I pulled Sam out of a lot of situations where I thought we were both gonna get beat up.
Yeah.
And it's just, but it's like, you know, like if Sam's willing to do that for me,
you gotta go the same way.
You're crazy if you don't think that I'm gonna let you do something to him. Like I don't care if he's wrong. He could be dead wrong. Nothing he could have said could be right. Leading up this situation, you could be completely right. He might be completely wrong. But I'm rolling with Sam.
Yeah.
Period. We'll sort it out later. And I might apologize to you. In the meantime, be like, hey, I'm sorry I got to do this.
Yeah.
And I know he's an idiot. But like, that's my idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm responsible for that.
Yeah, it's like, and I think brothers, like, I think you got to roll like that. Like, any of them, you know? It's like, just you almost have this inbuilt army by default. But that comes at a cost.
Y'all got a real army, though. I mean, you could house the whole infantry.
Yeah. I mean, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But, like, that comes at a cost.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be willing to do that for your brothers, too. And I have friendships like that. Like, like, I don't consider guys friends. Like, there's guys that are in that circle. Like, you're my brother now.
Yeah.
Like, we're not blood, but that's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
I don't have a million friends. But the ones I got, it's like, you just got to call me.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you why. I'm not going to ask you what happened. What do you need?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think I think in this world especially, I think we're losing a lot of that.
There's a lot to it. The surface level is just not, there's no point to it.
It's hard, and it's easy to have relationships like that.
Yeah.
Where it's just like you see somebody randomly.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like, and I got people like that too. But there's guys in my life where, hey, like, if you need me, I'm going to be there.
Calling me, I'll call
dude, I've
you.
had problems in my marriage because of this. Where it's like, hey, like, I know that I've been gone a lot, but this guy, this is important.
Yeah.
My wife doesn't understand it all the time. But, like, if one of my brothers calls me, and it's like, it's not Sam trying to fix his drywall in his house. Like, it's something that's like, hey, I need your help.
Yeah.
I'm there. Yeah, I'm there. Like, you got boundaries to some degree. But, like, I'm there.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
you know, and it's cool. Like just kind of tying it all back, like even to like my family. Like I know it's been kind of a long um, conversation, but it's like I've seen as I've gotten on. I'm not old, you know, I'm 33.
Yeah, not really old yet.
But like I've seen a lot of families like splinter badly. And I think as you get older, you start seeing a lot of that kind of stuff. Like for whatever, it could be stupid, it could be a real reason. Um, I think we've been blessed to like we all still like hang out.
Yeah.
Like we're all cool.
Yeah, you're
Even
all
my sister,
fun
like
time.
my family, like you know, we all get together. Like it's like
Yeah.
nobody's really. And if we got a problem, like I take this back to like how my parents raised us. Like if I got a problem with you, like you're gonna know. I'm not gonna like blab about it over here and act cool to your face. So I'm like, hey man, like that pissed me off. Now you don't got to be like sorry, but at least I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
And it's like we handle that way in our family too. Like there's things that we do to each other sometimes where it's like, hey, what are you doing?
Are you an idiot?
Like why are you? You know, we don't have a ton of that, but like there is some of that stuff, and we've been able to like
work through it and
still be cordial. Yeah. And I think you think that's very rare nowadays. People get their feelings hurt, and they don't talk ever again.
Yeah.
It could be family. Dude, I mean, I've seen families just like where they do not talk, and they were eating Sunday lunch together every week.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's
tough. It's tough to see.
Yeah. I mean, but it is the world that we live in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, no, but man, I'm a dad now, so that's crazy.
It is wild.
You know, I think about like my kids. I got a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old, a girl. And my daughter's 7. My son's 5. And just trying to raise them is nuts. Like even just like, and I know that like every generation had stuff going on in the world, but it just feels like it's a lot.
It feels very monumental.
Yeah,
I think it's
a lot of it has to do with this.
Yeah,
like we have access to all this stuff every day.
Curious on that note, when do you think you're gonna give them like an iPhone and like social media and like
my daughter never, but like my son, like I'm joking, but like no, I don't know, like
because
we haven't like nailed that stuff down. I think
it's a hard balance of like
where I'm at in parenting right now personally is I try to give my kids a lot of structure.
Yeah.
We don't soft parent. That word gets tossed around a lot these days. Like people talk about soft parenting. Like my kids have a lot of structure. My wife's a lot of things, but my wife is an elite mother.
That's awesome.
And I'd say that like, and I'm not saying that as like that's, that's not something I throw around lightly.
Yeah.
Like my wife was put on this earth to be a mom, and that's also very rare. Yeah. You know, I think you have a lot of women who are trying to like flirt between two worlds.
I think it's a hard balance.
It's a hard balance. It's hard.
You either you have your career or whatever goal you had, and all of a sudden it's like, all right,
what are you gonna do?
Which path? And you can try to balance them both. I mean,
it's hard, and it's not a good. There's not a good like answer, and I
don't have an answer.
No, and there's women that do both, and they do it at an extremely high level.
Yeah.
But like my wife's on this earth to be a mom, and there's not a lot of things that my wife does that I disagree with when it comes to my kids. Yeah. We have our disagreements all the time. Like I am not the easiest person to live with. I am very opinionated. Yeah. I value my freedom extremely high. Like my wife has to be okay with me coming and going a decent, like, you know, it's always just kind of like I'm not
bouncing and moving and
it's just constant, you know, and that's something we have to work on, something I have to work on. Yeah. And I'm sure I'm not the best husband to her all the time, like nobody is, but the one thing that is like we're very much on the same page on all the time, like our kids. And I take that back even like to things that I learned from my parents. Like everything my parents did was not good, and they changed a lot from my sister and me to Jacob. Like they changed a lot about how they parented. Yeah. I say they got easier. They would probably argue something different, but
here or there.
Yeah, and it's like, but there's like some things that I remember as a kid that were like very monumental. For me, it was, you know, we treat everybody the same, no matter what. no matter what they look like. It doesn't matter. That crap don't matter.
Yeah.
It's like, who are people as people?
Yeah.
We're gonna be respectful. You're not gonna embarrass us in front of people. Like when I tell you to do something, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
I don't care, dude. We'll sit here all day. Like, you got the wrong couple of parents. Like, me and my wife are very hard-headed about stuff like that. Like, my wife runs a very tight ship. I only have 2 kids, so you know, you're still a man to man.
Yeah.
You know, I think when people go zone, like my brother's got 4.
Yeah.
When you go zone defense, there's gonna be some gaps.
It's so hard. It's so hard to cover everywhere.
Yeah, it's tough to be in help side. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough. Yeah. You know, that skip pass is there most of the time. So it's a different. You know, for me, it's like I see like a lot of people in my generation, like they always talk about their kids. Like, it's always negative. It's always like, oh man, this little kid, they don't listen. But like, I don't have that problem.
Yeah.
But we also fight battles. Like,
I bet so.
We fight battles, like, you know, in parenting, and like, and again, I have a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. They're going to change a lot by the time they're older. But I think even at this age they're at, like, we give them a lot of structure. We have things that are yes and things that are no, and we mean it. That's not changing.
Yeah.
No matter if you want to cry, you can cry. I don't care. You can go to your room. I don't give a crap. You cry all day.
Yeah.
Go to your room. I don't care. You're not getting that. So you figure it out. You know, like, we try to give them freedom. We try to challenge them. There's nothing my son likes more than getting on a machine with me and riding around and doing whatever. Like, you know, that's my little, like, road dog.
Yeah.
Like, I throw him in the truck. I almost had him today.
Yeah.
But he went with Suzanne. But I gave him some money, so they went out looking for stuff. So
there you go.
That was a pretty easy sell. But no, I mean, like, I think parenting changed you a lot. Like, you know, it's interesting because, like, I still have brothers who aren't parents, and so it's very different.
Yeah.
Like, Sam's life and Jacob's life is very different than my life.
Yeah.
And it's cool to, like, kind of see. You know, even Andrew just had a little girl.
Yeah.
And so, you know, he's kind of going through fire right now. Like, I tell people this, people, like, think I'm being mean, but, like, I didn't like my kids until they turned, like, 2.
That's probably, well, it's probably tough. Those first, like, year when you're not, like, sleeping, and they're probably crying, and you're trying to, you don't know what's going on.
Dude,
you can't talk to them either.
Dude, they can't say nothing. They're just crying all the time, or they're just, like, rolling around. You can't take them nowhere.
No.
Because they're like, they need a nap, or they need this. Like, dude, my son and my daughter, I mean, dude, I was last night drinking whiskey and smoking cigars with some guys, and they were just hanging out. It's 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, they just, like, hang out like that. It's a cool, I don't want more kids. 2 is enough for me. And that's more of like a selfish thing, honestly, if I'm being honest. Like, having kids does affect your life.
Yeah.
You can't do the same things you want to do all the time. Like, it's just not the reality. And so, I don't know how people have a bunch of kids.
I don't know how. You'd have to be a stay-at-home mom at that.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you don't have a stay-at-home mom with more kids, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how people have a bunch of kids. Like, it's crazy to me. I'm like, look, like, because, like, I kind of have, like, my kids, like, roughly, like, I call it, like, trained up at this point. Where it's like, they're not going to embarrass me, like, out in public.
Basically,
like,
we can be on the same page.
Correct. Like, we're going to stay inside this little box. I'm not saying there ain't times where they're sad or whatever.
They have their personality and whatever.
Like, for the most part, man, like, they can just ride. Yeah. You know, I can still go do a lot of things that I want to do even with them.
They can hop in the car and come with me and we can keep moving, do whatever.
Easy.
Now, you got 3, and all of a sudden, all right.
Or if they're 1 years old, like, dude, that's a completely different ball game.
Yeah. So, not only that, once you get to, like, sports and stuff, trying to balance, all right,
I just put him in.
Going to dance, one kid's going to
I just put him in basketball. So in TR, it's at whatever that church is behind the sidewall.
It's not Trinity.
Yeah.
Trinity?
I think it's Trinity.
Trinity?
Yeah, so I think he'll be playing up there. He'll be interesting. He's a big kid. He's 5. Like, he's a big boy. Like, he's pretty athletic, even for his age. It'll be interesting to see. That's also, like, conversation I don't want to have. Like, I never want him to feel
you have to play.
Yeah, and he's around his uncles and stuff all the time. Like, all his uncles were good athletes. Like, none of us made it, like, crazy far, but, like, we were good.
I mean, that's humble about it, but you made it pretty, like...
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we weren't playing at Duke or nothing like that. Like, you know, but we were good athletes.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like... It's going to be interesting. Like, my son, like, he enjoys playing sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sometimes I wish he didn't. But he enjoys that. My daughter could not be further from that. It's very interesting. Like, my daughter wants nothing to do with that. She wants to dance or like ride horses or be in the garden. Like,
that's pretty on. I'll say it's more on par.
Yeah, it's interesting like how that works. But
dance is an interesting thing. That's what my sister, she did that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you talked to her. She did the Nutcracker.
Okay.
In Greenville.
Yeah, like
so
real dance.
Yeah, so she like did ballet for a while. But yeah, it's a cool. It's a sport. Taylor, I don't want to like classify it with like, but
you could argue it's harder.
It's very like what she went through is very difficult.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, it's like it's their sport. Like everyone likes what they play. Yeah. So whatever. I mean,
I think you gotta support.
They all find it. They find whatever they find.
I think it's that like as a parent, it's like I want my kids to find stuff they're passionate about and be able to do that, but I want to make them work for it.
Yeah.
Like I think a mistake a lot of parents make is they try to like force their kids to the top, and not in terms of like kid doesn't want to do this, but they try to like make every path as easy as possible.
Yeah.
Like if my son wants to play sports, it's like, hey, like if you come to me for advice, I'll tell you what I think, but I'm not going to be forcing you to shoot 100 jump shots before lunch.
Yeah.
Like that's not what I'm here to do.
I'm not gonna make you go run. No. I'm not gonna make you do some push-ups.
It's like you can see how good your uncle you can see that all your uncles played in college. You can see all those things. But like I'm not forcing you to do this.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to come and have real conversation about it, I'll tell you what I think.
Yeah.
But like
give you my advice, whatever you want from me.
Or if like that's your coach, then don't look at me.
Yeah, I'm not
talk to your coach.
I'm not playing in here.
Like if you want to talk to me after, I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
About whatever. But like I think it's
on them to do what how passionate, it's like finding their passion and then, all right, how you want to keep pursuing this or not? Like, how badly you want to get better at it. It's not.
Kids are weird too because they're so malleable. Like you can kind of like steer them in the way that you think you want them to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as a parent, it's like, like my son was really big into baseball.
Yeah.
He loved playing baseball. And then there was one day he came to me, he's like, hey, Dad, I don't want to play baseball. I want to play football. And I'm like, okay. Like, one, you don't know what you want to do. If you want to play football, you play football. I don't care. But don't say you don't want to play this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you've invested. Like, at 5 years old, I see you when I'm at work, I see you on my cameras, and you're hitting balls into a net by yourself at 5 or 4 years old.
Yeah.
So, like, don't tell me you don't like doing that all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're just trying to figure out. You like doing a bunch of things, and that's okay.
Yeah, go try it out.
Try it out, man.
Yeah. We can sign you up for a pee-wee.
Whatever you want to do. Like, they're in swim lessons right now.
Yeah.
Mostly because I don't want them to drown.
That's the high part of it.
It's like they came home from swimming. They're like, dude, I love swimming. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But you didn't care about swimming a day ago.
Yeah.
It's just because we put you in that situation.
Yeah. I think my goal would be to just put them in everything and then kind of slowly weed it down.
Yeah.
That's what I wish I kind of.
Well, it's a lot like, I tell people, like, I think people make this also mistake sometimes. They let the kids, like, control their life.
Mm-hmm.
My kids don't control my life. Like, my kids' things fit around what I need to do. Like, as their dad. Like, as a man trying to lead his family.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you don't control this.
Yeah.
Like, I will put you in some of these situations, but there's some things we say no to. Because, one, I can't commit the time to do it. Like, I have to provide for you.
Yeah.
It's like I can't put you in every little thing all day long and you do all these things. Even just from, like, a money perspective. Like, hey, like, these things cost money. Like, and my kid is 5 years old, and I try to, like, not put pressure on him. Like, I'm responsible for this. I'm responsible to provide for you, but I'm not just an ATM.
Yeah, we can't just go.
I'm not doing everything. Yeah. Like, just because you want a horse doesn't mean I'm going to go
get a horse,
pay 10 grand for a horse.
Like, let's go take private horse lessons.
Because kids don't know. They don't know, man. Like, they just want to do a bunch of things. They don't understand how it all works. And there's times, like, where we tell them, like, hey, we don't have time to do that.
Yeah.
And so parenting it's interesting. There's a lot of parents that they've obviously gone all the way through, and I have not experienced that stuff. Like, I've not experienced a 16-year-old. I know how I was at 16, and that's a handful.
That's gonna be
Right. So like I understand they're not going to be like this forever, but just try to day by day, man. Just do the best you can, and it's a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like things you don't necessarily want to do.
Yeah.
You realize that you are responsible for those two little humans.
That's the wild part. Like I'm not ready for it, and I don't know when that like clicks, but it's like, all right, I'm in charge. Like,
yeah,
their survival, like, is making
well, like
sure
you look and you're
they
like,
keep going. And it's like that's on me.
I'm not saying my kids will end up as douchebags. Like I'm not saying that's definitely not going to happen, but it ain't gonna happen when I'm here.
Yeah.
Like it ain't gonna happen when they're under my roof. Like if you want to act some type of way, that's fine. But like there's some ways we're gonna treat people. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how you feel about it.
Standards across the board, though.
Yeah.
This is what's gonna get
It's like,
enforced.
Dude, like it's just interesting. Like I hear stories a lot now. Like there's just these kids, man. They just run their parents' life, and they're just insane. And I'm like, that's not gonna be me. And I can't sit here and tell you that my kids are gonna end up as like great human beings. But it ain't because I like trying.
We tried. We gave it a shot.
Yeah, I did the best I could. And I like that means I gotta fist fight my son when he's 16. It's like it is what it is. You know? Straight up, we can throw these hands in the backyard, man. Like I don't care. But no, man, like parenting's crazy. It's I don't know. It's just so much. But I think we've done a good job of like keeping our circle small of who we let access our kids.
Yeah.
You know, like my kids don't hang out with everybody that I hang out with. There's a reason.
Yeah.
Not because I think these people are bad because I enjoy hanging out with them, but I don't need them around my 5-year-old.
Yeah, you just don't need every influence on your kid being possible.
And there's certain men that I let have access to my kids, be around, talk to them, and you know. So yeah, man, it's a crazy life. It's a crazy world.
Yeah.
Trying to make our way through it.
That's a great way to put it. I think we're just trying to make our way through it. That's the best way to end it.
There you go.
Yeah. Thanks for being here.